Hey, hey! Welcome to Encounter Roleplay. I am not Will. I am Chelsea, also known as Little Red Dot, here to kind of host this thing until we can have our royal leader join us. So thanks for coming out. This is, of course, the viewer game here on Encounter Roleplay, and we have a few sponsors we want to give some shout outs to, and I want to make sure I get them all. So D&D5E, of course, hit the button there. I'm sure somebody will drop it in chat, and it will lead you to get a discount, I believe 10% on their products, which is sweet. I actually have a dice tray. It's jam. I love it. Fantasy Grounds, which we'll be using today to host us. Super cool program. I'm excited to give it a try. I made some maps. It's going to be awesome. And then our last sponsor is, will remind me, Fantasy Grounds. Oh, Wayland Games. I'm sorry, I got it. Wayland Games, as well as one of our sponsors. More stuff in chat, I'm sure, about all of that. But yeah, I want to get moving because we're, technical difficulties put us a little behind, but you can't really run behind when you're just dealing out death. So I'm excited to get going here. So yeah, I again am Little Red Dot, the Dungeon Master for today. And we're gonna just go around. If you guys will take a second, tell us who you are, maybe what character you're playing, and a little bit about them very briefly, race, class, that kind of jazz. We'll get into your physical appearance later in the game. And let's actually start with our lovely Madame Gandalf.
Well, hello. I am returning once again with Ari. I mean, it was kind of perfect. We are going through the trials of Bhaal where our characters have died. And Ari died amongst her favorite thing, molten gold. Just being swallowed alive by gold. And so here we are. I am playing Ari once again. She is the half-elf rogue who cares about nothing but herself. And possibly Finbar. We'll see. If it's going to come down to a matter of who manages to get through the trials, her or Finbar, she'll probably pick herself. Let's be honest. But yeah, she's a little bit all over the place, a little erratic, a little obnoxious, and a little bit, crazy. So I'm really excited to bring her back for this campaign, and I'm so happy to get to play with Chelsea again.
Oh, I'm so happy you're back.
Oh.
More death and destruction! Yay!
More death and destruction! Oh my god! And she's excited to see Finbar again, I'm sure. It will be a beautiful view.
He'll roll in here at his own pace. He's always fashionably late to stuff. That Finbar. He can't just roll in on time.
He has to make an entrance.
That's right. Pangalactic, you want to introduce yourself, our other permanent player for the season. Tell us about you and your character.
Hello, I'm Pangalactic. My name is Chris. I run Loot the Room, and I'm going to be playing a character called Darak, who's a dwarven cleric. And we'll get to the rest later.
Nice. Are you excited to be here and stuff?
Totally, yeah. I've not been on Encounter RP for a long time, so I'm really happy to be back. It's going to be super fun.
Nice. Yeah, it should be, how do you say, fun? Yeah. All right, Jacob, wanna introduce yourself and tell us who you're playing?
Yeah, hi, I'm Jacob. I've just done my main film, which was hard, I think. And yes, I'm playing Askew. He's a bugbear in the bear, Morntuck, and he's a fighter, but will claim to be a rogue because he has the deception skill, so he's obviously a rogue.
Awesome. Very excited to meet this bugbear. English Tom.
Hi there, I'm Tom. I'm English. Easy name. I'm playing Ragnarok, who is a blue dragonborn druid. I've never played a caster before. I normally play people that hit things. So if this goes horribly wrong, I apologize in advance. But it could be a very quick evening. If I roll the
horribly wrong is fun.
I normally roll.
yeah. Horribly fun is what we're going for. The goal of this.
I can do that. I have 3 negative modifiers in my character sheet. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Awesome. And Eris? Did I get that right? Eris?
Yeah, it's Eris, which is definitely actually my real name, not made up.
Cool.
I'm gonna be playing Karina, Dragonborn Warlock, who is an entertainer and definitely lets people think that she's a bard sometimes. And it's the first time I'm ever gonna be playing like a mean character, so it should be fun.
That's cute. That's awesome. I'm excited. And last but certainly not least, introduce yourselves, good sir. Is he with us? No?
Yes.
We lose him?
Hi.
No? Okay. Oh, there he is. Okay.
I am the Indian RPGer, you can call me Indy, and I am playing the half-orc barbarian Fang Angong.
Whoa. I like your brooding entrance. Very, very to the point. Well, speaking of, let's get to the point. So, yeah, we are diving into the viewer game here in the new season. For those of you that don't know, you actually get to affect this game we're about to hop into with these amazing characters. You can donate. Somebody's going to, I'm sure, drop a donate link in there. It's probably the lovely Kenna. And it'll tell you all about how you can donate nat 20s or all kinds of stuff. And I'm sure there's a table this month because there's always a table. I don't know what the theme of it is, but it is always fun shenanigans to donate off of the table. And so you should get on that. Oh, magic items. There you go. So make some magic items. And to top it off, you can retweet the link that they're going to also drop in chat. And when we reach a certain amount, you guys get to answer a question I pose and it affects the game. So it's a butt ton of fun, and I'm in the mood to just jump right in here if you guys are ready. So let's do this. So I go at this with long ago, or I could just say gods don't ever really die. They just don't. Their essence flows throughout eternity, and when it gets trapped in a place of resting, they become fucking bored with their lives. And it just so happens that Bhaal has come bored, and he's created a planet in which the souls of heroes that have lost their lives in battle or, tripping down the road or eaten by a bunch of hobgoblins end up in this place for him to torture. Now, last we saw Ari, she was crushed under mounds and mounds of rock and molten gold at the Gallery of Grundrundi, which now stands really as a giant volcano, a pillar of what once was. And you feel your soul leave your body and go into this dark, cold place. And as you open your eyes and flutter them up, you get this vision of a dark, dank room. And you are staring straight down at a relief of a giant skull wreathed in tears. The floor around it is tile, and the wall also tiled, basically. You can't see anything because when you go to move, you realize that you are strapped to the ceiling of this 7 foot by 7 foot space. Your hands, your feet, and your neck are all strapping you as your hair falls in your face and blocks your peripheral to the left and the right.
This is what they were mentioning when they said to hang in there.
Derek, you also open your eyes. And I want to know, how exactly did your character die? What brought him to this?
Fell asleep at the wrong time, really. We were guarding this princess girl. She went down for the night, and shift changed. Went to bed, took my armor off like a fool. And that was it. Darkness. Never-ending darkness.
Well, this never-ending darkness comes to almost like a tunnel vision. A small beam of light begins to open in your vision, and you realize it's actually the slit of your eyes. And you come to knowing that you should be dead. And you too are strapped, hands, feet, neck, to the ceiling of a very cold and kind of moist rock. and all around you is this kind of tiled floor and ceiling. And yeah, you hear from somewhere the sound of a woman saying, and what was the last thing you said, madam?
Oh, hang in there.
You hear somebody go, hang in there.
Hello?
You can clearly hear this, madam. It sounds as if it's coming through the wall to your right.
Hello? Are we meant to be tied to ceilings? Is this what heaven's like?
I'm
pretty
gonna
sure
go
I
out
was a
on a
good
limb
enough
and say
person.
no.
Who are you? I don't even know anymore.
Are you real? I can't see her, right?
That's a very existential question.
Now, as this conversation is like a strangely normal conversation is happening, it's actually Farshaw, did I get that right? Farshaw? Farskew, sorry. That you hear to your left a gentleman speaking, a very gruff kind of voice speaking.
Whoa.
And you two are strapped to a ceiling in a small room, staring at the floor into the eyes of this skull.
I
sign up for this.
And then it continues, the sound. Ragnarok, you hear to your left the voice of someone. As you kind of awaken and your eyes adjust to the space, and the smell of mold and mildew hit your nostrils. And you hear the voice of this bugbear, you can only assume. You are a druid, you know what a bugbear sounds like, next door to you. And you are also strapped to the ceiling.
Wow, that's different.
So nice of you all to hang out with us.
Is everyone else really chafing?
Yeah, this strap is a little too tight for my comfort level. I'm getting a rash.
I have some
And
green.
Clearly
hear
not a
this.
professional.
Yeah, Karina, you hear
Hangover.
the rash. You hear somebody say rash. You're way down, but you can hear it at the opposite end to your left.
I am. Oh, where am I? I was so close.
And I want,
I mean-
we're going to kind of start at the top. I want our bugbear to tell us, how did you end up strapped to a ceiling?
How did I end
Oh,
up strapped to
well.
the ceiling?
No, the bugbear, our far skew.
Well, I met my death at the most heinous of villains. Some adventurers came in my cave one day. We were just living happy, merry lives, just looting caravans and what have you. And then, lo and behold, some quest giver tells these people to come and raid our cave because we've been stealing. But we're not stealing. And giving supplies for our own needs because and then they come in and kill us just for no reason. Just such a letdown.
Such a letdown, yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
And this image, this kind of story that you just told me, flashes through your mind again. I should be dead. I know this. And then we drop over to Ragnarok, and as you're hearing these voices passing, you two are getting this flashback in your mind of exactly what happened to you that brought you to this place. Oh, you're muted. You with us?
Oh, am I back? Can you hear me now?
No, we got you.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, so weird. Okay. Yeah. So I was I'm a mountain druid, and I'm very familiar with my mountain. And I don't remember exactly what happened because I remember walking up my mountain just fine, like I've done many times before, and then being at the bottom of my mountain, broken every bone in my body not being on my mountain anymore. And I'm pretty sure there was no one around me, but I'm fairly certain I slipped because this is my mountain. And why would I slip? I know this mountain.
Oh,
But no,
wow.
here I am.
But here you are, yeah. And again, it runs through your mind. I didn't slip. Did I slip? Did I slip? And then, of course, we continue moving down. And what is, Karina, what is your story of how you wound up here?
I'd heard many stories of a particular legendary artifact, a glove, a powerful glove. And I had joined a group of adventurers to try and get it, and I was standing in front of it. I could see it, I could almost touch it, and somebody stabbed me in the back.
Oh, you don't even know who it was. Oh man. And you feel, it's almost like that residual pain after you like stump your toe or your knee of where the blade went into your back, and it jeers you as your hands pull tight against the ceiling and you realize that you're also kind of trapped there. And last but certainly not least, you at the very end, you can hear all this action. Is it Fang?
Yes, that's me.
Did I get that right? Yeah, you hear it. Next door to you, the tug of those metal bracers against the ceiling, right? And you realize that you come to and it wakes you and you're attached to the ceiling. And how did you get in this place?
Well, I was chasing this here dragon that really pissed me off. And as I was about to reach him, his minions ambushed me. And they got the better of me.
Oh, dragons, we know all about those, right, Ari? So, yeah, each of you have basically woken up from your death. In bare bones clothing, just like your base stuff. You have no weapons on you. You can kind of like peek down your body and see that you've kind of been stripped of everything that you had. You're lashed to the ceiling, and you can hear the stream of people on either side of you. And if you guys want to take a look at the map, I don't think Will's quite got it up, but at least you guys can see it for role-playing purposes. The series of cells that you are basically in, and actually I have an updated one. Let's see if I can quick pull that for you. That way we have a really nice, pretty one. Oh, am I? Can you see it? Okay, great. Yeah, so you guys can see it. So you're strapped to the ceiling, kind of where that shadow is, and it's a little off center, but it's okay. And in the floor is basically a relief, a giant 2 foot by 2 foot, almost like what you might consider a cap in the floor, or like a placement in the center of the room that is this skull with these glaring red eyes and red tear stones around the exterior of it. And you stand smack dab over top of it. Or stand, you are strapped to the ceiling over top of it. How about that?
Well, that's one way to wake up in the morning.
Strangely,
Ari's
we're
gonna
just
stop.
never woken up.
Does anybody want to try to
Doesn't
take
look like
action?
mountain.
It doesn't look like it.
It's morning already.
Can I, how far away? How low down is how high up are we? I guess.
Oh yeah, good question. You're about 10 feet in the air. The ground is like about 10 feet below you, give or take.
Okay. Can I try and do like sleight of hand or something to see if I can do some sort of weird thing to lift?
Like on your own wrist?
Or,
yeah, you can try to maybe wiggle it free.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll see. It's gonna need to be high. All right, well, let's make this. Yeah. So if you toss your dice into the chat, it should roll it for everybody to see, I believe.
Yes, and show the number in the chat.
Do I skill or just?
Do you see? Do you see the dice? Oh, okay. Do you have a character sheet in? No. So yeah, there should be dice here at the bottom.
Oh yes, I see.
Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. Yeah, grab your dice and basically toss it over the chat, and it should roll it for you, kind of like this. Yeah, beautiful. I rolled 63%. of successfully explaining that.
Did it work?
I don't think so. I don't see it. It should.
I'm from the dice.
So if you have real dice around, you're always welcome to roll those for the sake of this. But if you grab, there should be a set of dice at the bottom of the screen in Fantasy Grounds. And if you grab the D20 and roll it over the chat box.
Oh, over the chat box.
Yeah, roll it over the chat box, because if you don't, then it's like a private roll. Let's see.
Oh,
yes.
I see.
Okay.
Oh,
so 4. So there's your 4,
okay.
and add it to whatever that modifier is.
Yeah, that's 5. So 9.
Yeah, it's just like it has got you so tight to the wall. Yeah, there's no way. You just can't manage to get your wrist free of it. And you guys hang here for about 30 seconds or so as you kind of are like chatting with one another and like trying to figure your situation out. You're able to kind of turn your neck left and right. And everybody but Ari and Fang realize that you have like metal bars. There's like 2 foot, not even by 2 foot, metal window. Like it's got like metal bars in it, kind of like a cell, inset into this thick brick wall with this tile inlaid on top of it. Now, Ari, the one to your left, has no window. And Fang, the one to your right, has no window. So you can only assume that you guys may be at the ends of this line of cells.
I would like to try and.
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah,
I
go
would
ahead.
like to try and brute force my way out of this wall.
Okay, yeah, give me a strength check.
Let's see. 5. That's a 20.
Okay. Oh, a 20. Yeah. You do. You managed to. Are you using just your arms? I'm guessing. Like you want to pop yourself free? Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah. You. And you guys hear it. You're actually. Let's see. Basically in the middle, and so everybody hears this pretty loud noise as the ceiling breaks free from you, and it kind of hits you on the head as you fall, and now you're dangling. You're dangling because your feet are still attached.
Yeah.
Oh, no, your hands are done, but you're dangling by your neck now. You want to make a strength check to try to pop your neck? I forgot you had one around your neck.
Yes, I'll use my newly freed arms to try and force it off.
Fine. All right, give me another strength. Oh, no, not one. No, that first not one of the game. No, and you're kind of left there like, as you're like dangling free. You're welcome to give it another try here in a second. I'm gonna see if anybody else wants to do anything.
I would like to kind of start myself into like a swinging inertia thing to try and shake myself loose somehow or flip out.
All right,
But basically she's just gonna end up swinging.
Okay, so your hands and your feet and your neck are bound to the ceiling. You are like strapped to it. Now you can try to make a dex to free your hands if you want, or your feet, whichever you'd like.
That would be great. Either or. Hands.
Yep.
Let's go for hands.
Hands. All right, roll a dex and see if you can't like free your hands versus like popping them loose to the ceiling.
Bugger.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 5.
A 5. Was it not? No, not quite. Yeah, you guys hear Aria. She like struggles, and this goes on for a second, and then all of a sudden, as you guys are like dangling by your neck, staring at the floor, the skull in the floor, the mouth drops open about a foot, almost unnaturally so, and you hear this strange as water pours out of the floor and begins to fill the room up. It's like just gushing out of the floor. And we have 2 wild magic surges, which I'm going to give to our 2 lovely players. Ari gets 1 and Derek gets 1. So I don't actually know how to roll a D10,000 in Fantasy Grounds. I'm sure there's a way to do it. I honestly, I don't know. I know how to roll these dice. Let's see. I don't guess it rolls the same. Nope. Well, that's okay. As the water begins to fill, you guys will feel a wild magic surge and we'll figure out how to roll it.
I've gone to just rolls.org and I got 5127.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so 5127 for Ari. Oh.
Give me a second.
Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah, I need 10,000.
Need 10,000.
Give us some more of those wild magic surges. This is gonna get interesting. 5127 for Ari. And then...
Oh, God. Sorry.
No, you're good. Oh, that's true. I could do it through addition. Nice, Soulbitten. That's a great idea. 2 D100s. Or I could do I'd have to do 100.
Kiana says
I
it's
rolled-
/die and / roll.
9732.
9732. Okay. Let me quick pull up that wild magic surge table and we're gonna get on this. Do I even have that? I don't know if I do or not.
Let's see how this works.
I was not prepared for wild magic surges. I was just prepared for death, gang.
Oh, it does.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, I got it right. I think I should have it marked here. I just gotta find it.
So yeah, to roll manual dice, it's /die instead of /roll.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Cool. Sticking with us, gang. All right, here we go. And our numbers are, and the lucky winners are, what do we say, 5891? 5127.
Yes, ignore the last one.
5127 says, target asserts that her current form isn't her true form. Well, that's probably the truest statement of the day. In fact, there's no way you can have a form since you're really just a soul, but it seems to be that somebody is giving you form. And you are sure that can't be your form. All right.
This is not even my final form.
I still transform once more. 9732 is our other number. All right. Where is it? 997. Go to it. 9732. Somebody nearby must save versus death or his bones turn to soap. Oh my god!
Oh, shit!
Yes! Yes! Alright. Here's how I'm gonna do this. There are exactly
Well, that'll get you out
1, 2,
of
3,
the
4, 5,
handcuffs, at least.
6 of you. I'm going to roll a d6 and we're gonna go in the order of my screen. So that makes Ari 1, Derek 2, Farskew 3, Ragnarok 4, Karina 5, and Fang 6. And I'm just gonna roll it, and whoever comes up, your bones are turned into soap. 3! The bugbear. The bugbear feels this. It's so crazy. So Derek, you feel this like wild magic surge as the water begins to pour in. You don't know if it's your panic or the fact that you're supposed to be dead or all of this confusion, but like magical energy just like surges out of your cleric body, and it actually affects the bugbear next door. And his body, you feel like this tingling feeling. It's kind of like eating Pop Rocks with soda in your mouth, and it starts in like your belly, and it begins to like, and you start like foaming at the mouth, but it tastes really, really gross. And then all of a sudden, your insides just like and goop up into this bubbly, soapy mess, and it's coming out all of your orifices, and it causes you to kind of turn to jello, and you actually slip out of the chains on the ceiling and into the floor with the water, and you begin to suds up the room like a washing machine. And the floor, and so which one were you in? And you know what? Just for the hell of it, you are 100% conscious in bubble form. As you begin to suds up the room, you are 100% conscious in bubble form. Your bugbear, the bubble bugbear. Yeah. That's fantastic. Our fighter just turned to
He did not sign up for this.
yeah. And actually, I was trying to think. You're kind of in the middle too. So let's see. I don't know if there's a way for me to ping things, but I can. Basically, from left to right, the third cell is the one that you're in, and it's the one that's beginning to suds up. Yeah. And we move right along. Anybody else want to do anything as the water begins to pour into your chambers?
Can I
Panic?
cast Can I cast Eldritch Blast? And
You sure can.
I'm gonna try and blast off one of my hands free and well, both of my hands free actually.
Okay, so your hands are like on the ceiling, so you're gonna try to like almost like aim it at your opposite arm.
Yeah. Well,
Like, yeah,
you get
so
two
let's
blasts.
try.
You
Okay,
get
cool.
two
So you're like,
blasts. So I was gonna. Ooh, a nat 20.
oh
one,
dang. Okay,
and,
cool. You guys
18 for the
remember
other.
just so that chat can see, or everybody in chat can see, roll your dice over the chat box so it actually shows up. So nat 20 and what was the other one?
18.
Nat 20 for sure works. 18. Oh my god. It's like just like juggling a ball. You're just like bing bing. And it Eldritch Blast like breaks that one open, breaks that one open. And you know what? Because you're rolled a nat 20, it actually cuts right directly across the metal bar around your neck, and it also slides free, and you fall forward, now dangling. How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh, okay. So we only have about 2 foot of water in the room at the moment. So actually, let me pull my image up. I should be able to draw on it. Let me see if I can't show that to you guys. This is one of those cool things I'm excited about in Fantasy Grounds. I say that, but I can't. There we go. Okay. There should be a pen. Yes. Nope. I'll find it here in a minute. But the water is about 2 foot high at the moment, so it's not quite to your head. Do you have long hair? There it is.
I don't have any hair.
You don't have, okay, well that's good. So the water level's about here at this point in the rooms. Can you guys see me drawing on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Nice. That's super cool. Okay. Yeah, so you guys see about 2 foot of water at this point in the room. Maybe a little less, but it's building up to that point. Let's see. Who else? You want to try to make another strength check? Fang? You had mentioned wanting to do
Yes.
that.
Yes, I want to break open the thing, because I'm joking.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give me another strength roll.
Okay, +5. That's a 9.
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. Okay, a 9. 9's not enough. You pull. Not quite enough. Sorry about that, chat. Okay. Wild Magic Roulette GM rolls 1d6 to see which players get the Wild Magic Surge. Also, for a critical success, so something. 1d6 to see which player gets the nat 20. As for the rest of them, let's keep them. Thank you so much, Crimson Feeding. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Just like I did last time, I'm going to roll a d6. You guys have all the same numbers. Remember your number?
Yep.
Everybody remembers your number? 1. Okay, cool. And here we go. Oh, and a 2! So the Wild Magic Surge goes to Derek.
Yes.
Derek's going to take another D10,000, and we're going to do another random roll for the nat 20. Somebody's getting a nat 20. Oh, and it's Ari. That was a really poor roll, and I'm sorry, but it is Ari. So I was like, my bleh, bleh, like bleh. Indie advantage on not choking. So why don't you, because you get an advantage from old tree pelt there, go ahead and roll a 2d20s, and we'll take the higher one for you breaking free.
I rolled a 2, 3, 7, 5.
9 and a 15. You are able to break free, and you two now fall forward with your feet still kind of like kirked on the ceiling. It's not very comfortable. What was that on Wild Magic Surge?
2, 3, 7, 5.
2, 3, 7, 5.
Don't be so.
2. Oh, did I get 2? Okay, Caster Spellbook is long overdue at the library. In your moment of death, all you can think about is your overdue library book and how in the next life you're never going to be able to pay it. That's brilliant. And you said 2. Well, I got 2 Wild Magic Surges. Did I miss that? Oh, 2 Wild Magic Surges. Oh, somebody else is getting a Wild Magic Surge. And a 5. And so that goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is Karina. So yeah, you get a Wild Magic Surge. So we are going to actually. Would you do me a favor, Miss Gandalf, and drop in the link you're using to roll your D10,000s so she can do the same thing?
Totally fine.
She can just do /die D10,000.
Oh, is it die? Is that what you have to do?
Dice.
Yeah.
That's what we would do.
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay. Dice. Okay, great. Yep. dice the 10,000. Okay,
Nope.
cool. Yes. Oh, that did work. Okay.
Perfect.
So she rolled a 2458. (2458) says the caster's weight increases tenfold while walking across ice. Well, at the moment there's no ice in the room, but when there is, which I'm going to make note of, and it was
Someone's gonna freeze with water and
times?
just.
Increases
Damn.
tenfold. All right. Yeah, it's just water right now. It's not ice yet. So at this point, those of you that are dangling, most of you are probably only about 6.5 feet. The water is rising rapidly, like towards the top of your head. You've got about a foot, maybe a foot and a half, as the water continues like. It's getting real sudsy in the bugbear chamber. I'm gonna be real. It's getting real sudsy up in there.
Why is it each time I die, it's to drowning?
Yeah, it's yeah. So I'm going to. Anybody else want to take it? Do anything?
Can I try and
As
do
the water
it?
begins to flow.
I'm gonna try and do
Yeah,
some
you can
strength.
force. Yeah, everybody. If you haven't, you're welcome to try to make a strength roll. Oh, at an 18.
So,
Yes.
21 with the modifier.
Yeah, break free, and your 11 plus your modifier.
When I work out my modifier, I think it's a 3, so
That's
it's getting
alright.
a 14.
14.
I wanna try again as well.
Not enough.
11.
You feel it like loosen from the ceiling, but it's not enough. Who else rolled?
I
Everybody?
got a 21 total.
Yeah, you definitely broke free. Anybody that basically rolled less than a 15, or their total was less than 15, won't make it.
Ooh,
But you do. What'd you get?
I got 16 for a strength
Oh
check.
yes, just enough.
Cool.
It takes you a few times, and they pop free. But now all of you are.
I will
dangling
not
by
die to
your
drowning
necks.
again.
Yeah, you hear that as you like fall on your neck thing. So all of you need to make me one more strength on if you rolled above a 6 or 15.
Oh,
Nope.
no.
Water continues to pour in. It's about here now. I'm gonna just try to fill this in a
Everyone's
little bit.
choking today. What's happening?
Yeah, everybody's choking. It's not
roll
20.
Oh
Go on,
no!
Oh.
Nice.
A nat 20 and a
so-
nat 1.
Okay. Well, I would say for the nat 20, you recover from whatever it is and whoever it was that rolled that.
Karina.
Sorry, I'm trying to like watch all the. Yeah. Okay. Great. So, man, you are just so. You're like your magic's all wonky here. Yeah, it's just all weird. And you manage to. It doesn't work the first time, and you get frustrated enough that the nat 20 just like. And you pop, and everything just comes free. And you are now on the floor, and you splash into water, and you guys hear her feet. Somebody's hit the ground.
Okay.
And you see for the first time kind of the room in total. And the only thing in the room is basically the area you were strapped to. You can see the space up there and this big thing in the middle of the floor and the 2 windows on either side of you.
And Ari got the nat 1.
Ari got to that one. Yeah. You are still just like, it actually kind of takes your breath away as you try to speak with it around your neck. But it's actually, Derek, you hear this in the room next to you, somebody choking as you are also choking. It is the sound. You're not sure if it's your voice or her voice.
Okay. I'm
Can I
gonna
try and
try
force
using
myself
my.
off again? Sorry.
No.
No.
So let's do this. We'll say who is still fully attached to the ceiling.
I am fully attached, I think. I don't think I've come
Then
out.
we're going to give you one more try to try to get in tune with everybody else, and then we'll roll together again. So go ahead and make one more strength to see if you can't get your hands free. And you can actually take it with advantage because you've already loosened it.
So I'm going to transform into a giant centipede, which will
Nice.
hopefully
Okay, cool.
get me out of my shackle.
Yeah, you turn into a giant centipede, but are you wanting to drop into the water centipede?
No, because my giant centipede actually has a climbing speed, so I'm guessing hopefully I can stick to the wall.
Yeah, just make me a dex to see if you can't, Oh my god,
Okay,
ew,
okay, I
gross,
believe in you.
centipede.
I believe in my dice roll. That's a 5 because I have a -1 modifier to my dex.
Okay, so you turn into the centipede, but it kind of it's just like you're on basically your back when you change into this creature, and you can't grab hold of the ceiling, and you're slipping through, all of your tentacles are slipping through the chains, and you plunk into the water below.
Okay, as soon as I hit my water, I'll relinquish my wild shape. So I'm just like the normal Dragonborn now going.
You're back on your feet. yeah. All right. Who else needs to try to break free? Derek gets another wild magic surge. Roll it up,
Let's
sir.
use that then. There we go.
Oh, and another one. I'm doing a thing. Sorry, folks. I have to do this. I'm being evil. All players get wild magic surge. However, only one of you gets a free nat 20 to see which player gets the 20. Oh my gosh. Okay. So everybody's going to roll a wild magic surge. As we just learned or I learned at least, you should be able to type it in.
Yes.
/die with the...
Oh,
42.
that is the answer.
Oh my gosh, 42.
That's like got to be the best 1d1000 roll ever.
All right, Derek's going to get 2 of them. This is
Oh
getting...
shit.
Okay.
I'll do mine in a minute once everyone's got theirs out of the way.
All right, 8960. Anybody nearby who turns invisible is bright orange forever after. Oh,
Well.
Finbar.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's so brilliant. Okay. Oh, we get a 42. I don't know that I've ever seen a 2-digit number.
Yeah. That's pretty miraculous.
You know, it would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, and you know what?
rolling on
I gotta type it. I type it that way to find it. Okay. A tornado picks Caster up and deposits him atop the nearest house. Okay. All right. So I don't know what qualifies as a house. Does somebody have to live in it? Because technically this whole thing is Bhaal's house. So what I'm gonna say is you land and you've been having all of these like weird feelings between your nat ones and your d20s, and now your magic just like surges through your dragonborn body, and it actually starts to spin all of this water up into like a tornado water spout inside of your room, and you guys are hearing this. It's picking up suds from the next room. Bugbear, half your body's being pulled into this tornado.
Sorry.
Right? And it bursts through the ceiling in your room and breaks it open. And you realize on your way out, and definitely you feel it, Bugbear, because you're not like one and the same with this water spout as it breaks through the first ceiling. It breaks through a second ceiling that opens up into a vastness of water, and water pours into her room. Just pours in, and you guys hear it begins to fill up the space even faster. And let's see, it continues to move up. So I was about to say, hey, with your wild magic search, and I still haven't rolled everybody else's yet. So this is the room that she's in that just filled. This is our Soapy Room. Okay. This room is going to just continue to signify where the water level is at. So if you're on your feet and you're less than 5 foot tall, you are now completely submerged. You're going to have to start swimming. I'm sorry, I got so tickled. All right, here we go. Next. Who else? Who else rolled some serious wild magic searches here? I see you. All right, and a 7641. Who got that one? 7641. Oh, Tom. Target's weapon has a -4 to hit penalty when in direct sunlight. So you're not gonna have...
We're in water, so that's fine. Yay.
We are currently in water. There is no direct sunlight at the moment, but we will definitely keep that one in mind because that's really good. I don't even know if you use a weapon. You may not.
I have them.
And then we... Oh, okay, that's good. Somewhat, kind of, sort of. 6343, which of course is Ari. 6343 says, target knows everything there is to know about the caster. Oh, Ari, you still strapped to this ceiling choking, and you're not sure if it's the lack of oxygen or the fact that you have this like surge of magical information that like bursts through your mind, but images and story and history and real life events of Bhaal's life in the Forgotten Realms just like floods your mind as fast as the room next to you is filling with water. And it shows you I wouldn't say his face, but his essence, and it's dark, and he laughs in your face as this information is too much for you to handle, and your head begins to pops. I'm gonna actually let you make a con save if
Oh
you roll
gosh.
really high. You'll make it.
Well, oh gosh, it's the one thing that I have 0 on.
All right. An 11 is not enough, and you hear Bhaal, and you hear Finbar wail in agony, like he's being tortured way off in the distance as your head and pops. Just explodes. Ari juice goes everywhere. It begins to merge with the water in the room. Oh my god. Oh my god. And last but certainly, there is a scream. I heard it. That's Finbar's very manly scream. 5813 is.
That's always how I imagine Finbar screaming.
Oh, who rolled 58? Okay, this is really, really interesting. Fang, and magically in his mouth, like you feel something like under your tongue, very uncomfortable, like a prisoner might hide like a razor blade or something. It's like under there, like hidden. And you're able to reach in, and when you pull it out, it's this kind of tiny key. And you recognize it as a special key, something that doesn't, a key that locks something that doesn't have a lock. And
1 second.
I
Grab a notepad.
Yep. I had to read that one a couple times to completely understand it too. Here we go. Some more wild magic surges at a 9661. Somebody nearby is attended by a 1d4 skeletal servants. Who rolled that?
96.
And you're so in your soapy state as you begin to merge with you begin to merge with this like endless sea that is kind of around actually this set of chambers. So as your soapy body leaves the ventilation through the tornado and joins the mass of ocean, you can kind of look back in your soapy consciousness and realize that they're inside of some kind of chamber, like a jail cell with all these jail cells that are just lined up together. There's no entrance or exit. What you guys burst through is the only way in and out, and it is submerged in this like giant piece of water. You don't know if you're in a lake or an ocean. It's crystal blue and clear, but it surrounds you guys in entirety. And actually, I bet you I can show you. I think I've got a picture of just what it would look like. Share. You guys see that? You can kind of see it. This one only has 5 chambers, but it's in essence the same thing. So like the double wall you broke through, it goes all the way around it. You guys broke through the ceiling, and it's just submerged in all this like cool blue water. And yeah, you kind of notice this. And as you're like, whoa, I'm soap in water, I guess. These skeletons out of nowhere. Yeah, swim up. I want you to roll a 1d4. Let's see how many skeletons come up and begin to try to collect you into a bucket. Your soapy essence into a bucket. Two skeletons like swim up. You don't know where they came from. One of them has a bucket, and one of them has a net, like the most useless thing in the whole world. And they begin trying to scoop your soapy essence into a bucket, just like try to get you together. They're failing miserably, but they're trying really, really hard. And they seem to be servants of some kind. You might actually be able to command them if Soap could speak. Like that's a new Pixar movie. If Soap could speak. Follow the day-to-day lives of your bathroom items.
Starring Casey Affleck.
Right. And Derek once again with a 1472. The caster refuses to rage against the dying of the light. I don't know what that means, but rage away, my friend. Caster refuses to rage against the dying of the light. Yeah, so you're able to actually, like, if you were attached, you definitely break free with whatever rage overcomes your body. Maybe it was the sound of her head popping, and you rage, and your neck muscles like pop it off. off of your neck. Yeah, why not? You are done with this, especially when you hear the chick next to you's head pop. You know.
And I've heard
to the
heads
lip.
pop before, so I recognise that noise.
You're like done with this. And I would say in your full rage, you're able to get your feet, your neck, and everything like free and clear.
Cool. I am swimming.
And we have a what did I say? D20? We have a D20 to give away. Let me try that again.
Yeah, that's a crit to give away.
Yep. And a 3. That goes to, once again, the bugbear. You get a nat 20. I will let you do with that as you see fit. Oh my god. Who else has a wild magic surge? Oh, okay. The soap bear. The soap bear. I love that you have gained a new name. You in fact have another wild magic surge. So why don't you roll me one? Brilliant. All right, we'll search for it. One more wild magic surge.
Sorry, I think I went okay. That not work.
Did it go through? Did you type it in?
D10.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
16, 18. Oh, a nice low number. All right, let's see. We've got caster takes a big bite out of the nearest statue.
What?
How?
Mother of
It's so
God.
We're too
Trying to
All right.
go with it.
Well, it's not technically. There are no statues around at the moment, but your urge to bite a statue will carry with you until you bite a statue. Okay. And your soapy form, you're just like, man, I'm really craving a statue today. All right. Wild magic surge is handed out. All of this kind of happens at once, as if this just like wave of magical energy just like flushes this space, and it begins to push the water up even farther, especially with that one room and the ceiling broke free. And you guys continue. And now, if you are in the room still, you're swimming. Everybody that's in the room make an athletics check.
Cool.
Athletics. I have
That
proficiency in that.
is 16 total.
16 total, okay.
That's a 21 for me.
Woo, yes, yes.
That's a 23
nobody's
for me.
failing. Yes, yes. Okay. Oh, man. All right. You guys are actively swimming, but the windows that have begun to like fill with water. They're beginning to seep across everything. Soap is floating all around you. You're like gagging as you guys are keeping pace and swimming.
I'm still
There
down
are-
on my feet.
How
Yeah,
big are
you're
the
on your-
holes in the mouths?
The holes in the mouths are about a foot long by about 6 or 8 inches wide, so you can't get through the mouth. The windows are about 2 by 2, give or take, and the wall thickness between rooms looks about a foot thick.
I'd like to bust open the ceiling right where my feet are.
Okay. All right, go for it. Yeah, you want to try to do like a backwards press out of the room. Good, because you are like actually drowning at the moment with your feet still attached to the
Yeah.
ceiling.
Shoot.
Oh, it is 17.
22.
What's your addition?
That's a 5. It's 22.
Well, because I'm a DM and I have a nat 1, I'm going to say it starts and you feel a almost paranormal grasp where something like a giant hand in the water grasps you by the throat and pulls you back down, and you suck in water as you two die. Who else is left? Because the water's beginning to fill the room.
I mean, I lost my head. I don't know how great a
That's
swimmer that
true.
makes me.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna cast,
you're a good floater.
You spare
I'm gonna
Wait,
parts.
cast spider climb on myself and like try and climb the wall out of the water.
Okay, yeah,
needs
so
to
you
breathe if
you
you
cast
don't have a
spider
head?
climb and you're able to like attach yourself back to the ceiling as the water begins seeping in on top of each of you. It keeps coming. It's cold and wet and it's pouring in at a faster and faster rate. You are now completely submerged underwater, no matter where you stand or what you're attached to, if you are still alive.
Can I swim down, have a search the floor, see if there's any switches or anything?
Sure, yeah, you can swim. Yeah, you kind of swim down to the bottom. We'll say it's pretty easy at this point. You rolled a pretty high earlier for your athletics in the swim. And as you get closer to the mouth, it's still pouring water out as if it is simply meant for this. Why don't you roll an investigation? Let's see what you find when you reach the bottom of the cell.
+2. Not a lot. That's a 6.
You get down there, and with the water rushing on you, you can't tell a whole lot. The only thing that you manage to notice is that the diamonds, or that the teardrops around the skull that's framing it, are made of some kind of red ruby, and which seems to be, very snazzy in this case.
Can I try and
Anybody
fly
else?
one up?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, you can pop one out if you want to. Give it a try.
Even if I
would
go
take
underwater, would my spider climb still affect the wall or not?
Yeah, you would still be able to walk along the wall. I would think you might be slower, but you were spider climbs you're stuck to the wall.
That's okay. So while he's doing that, I'm just gonna be walking down to the floor doing an investigation as well.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation too for me. Anybody else that's alive in the chamber want to do an investigation?
Yeah. What would you like me to roll for prying up a gem?
You could do I'd say a dex or a sleight of hand. I would also take a strength. I'm not really sure what's your best.
Strength.
All right.
So
strength
of 13.
13. Yeah, you manage to wiggle, and with the pressure of the water, it's kind of hard, but you pop one free, and it floats up, in front of you. And what did you roll for your investigation? No, you rolled one, but he also rolled one. Sorry, I'm just not in the English. 11 total for your investigation.
Yep.
Yeah. You noticed a little bit more. Do you have any kind of knowledge whatsoever in religion or history? Would you like to add that to it?
I mean, I know nature, and I know Arcana, and that's about it.
Okay. You could roll an Arcana if you wanted to, just to add to your investigation and see if you can't build your information there.
That's an 11, which I think is my favorite roll of the evening from the looks of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's happening, right? Yeah, so an 11. So 2 11s. You get down there, you recognize that this is not a stop in the floor. It's not like a plug you can pull. There doesn't seem to be any kind of mechanism, and if there is, getting to the hole with the brute force of the water is almost impossible. But what you do know while you're down there staring into the face of this giant skull is you recognize it to be definitely a god of some kind, and particularly Bhaal's face. This is his emblem and his symbol. And as you guys take this in, so do you take in your last gulp of water as it fills your body and you begin to float. And you all die right here in the cells placed for you for Bhaal. And as your bodies float off and your consciousness fades to blackness, you almost float, I guess you could say, in this darkness. Your consciousness does, as if it's being held in a vat with a lot of other consciousness. You can hear the voices of people. You hear that manly scream again of Finbar off in the distance, and it actually begins to get closer for all of you, as something, this cold climbing hand reaches, there it is, reaches in and begins to pull you out of the blackness back into reality. And as it does so, it almost throws you to the floor like you're a toy in a child's bedroom. And all of you come landing, hitting hard concrete floor, your clothes still dripping wet. And you see everybody that just went through exactly what you went through. And you have returned to your form, except all of you are sans one piece of clothing you were wearing.
Which piece?
That's a good question. I would say if anything that you had on the upper part, if it was a shirt or if it was just a tunic or whatever is your simplest form of clothing, that piece is gone. And you guys kind of lay there. Yeah, you totally can lose a boot. Yeah. You come out of soap form and regather. The skeletons, which were following you, crack open all over the floor. And you guys are finally staring at each other. And why don't you guys mentioned your races, but very briefly, let's go around in order and I'll walk you through that too. Just tell us if there's anything in particular that we ought to note about you in your very scantily clad forms. Ari? physically speaking.
Hi, I'm Ari. Hi. I'm Ari, half elf, extraordinaire, long-ish black hair. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. I don't know why lately, but I've been talking in rhymes. And I'm pretty sure I recognize that scream to be the good old Finny. I'm kind of tall, but definitely not as tall as Karina. Like, she's still kind of towering over me a bit there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I am definitely missing my tunic. Has anyone seen it?
You look to your left, and there's this dwarf cleric. He's also on all fours, coughing up water from where he had just sucked it into his lungs. Anything we should note about your physical appearance?
Yeah. So Darak is a tall dwarf. He's like 5 foot tall, and he's got this long, thick beard with what looks like barbed wire through it, and one big patch of his beard has obviously been torn away, and there's a big jagged scar on his cheek. And he's shirtless, and as he pulls himself to the ground, he looks around and goes, "All right then."
And you look around, and that was fun. You see a bugbear. Is there anything very special about you, bugbear, other than you're wearing clothes?
Yeah, well, he's just like he's just really like big, chunky, like very like he's just very like thick chest, like very just almost barrel-chested, just very like but kind of like it's kind of like a gorilla almost in like that, just very like, even though he's a bear, but just but yeah, he's got very long arms that like when they rest by his side, they almost like scrape on the floor, and I think he's got like he's still got the scar where the cursed adventurers stabbed him, and also he's trying to fend off his homeland from the cave that he was in.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you look too as you like stretch and show up your barrel chest to this druid dragonborn. We actually have 2 dragonborns. Is there anything in particular about you that sets you, apart, makes you a unique dragonborn?
Yeah, he's very blue. And you can't work out if that's because he's a blue dragonborn or if because all the bruises on his body are just giving him that shade. So you can see like any kind of like little sort of horns that might be protruding from his face. Like maybe like every other one is like broken. You can just kind of see that like if he had like the Owen Wilson of Dragonborn faces, like you can see like his snout has maybe been broken like 5, 6, 7 times consistently. Like he's got like a little droopy eye that just like he doesn't seem to know he's doing anything. Like he looks like he's just the clumsiest dude of all time, and it's just broken bits of his body. Like he doesn't even know how anymore. But he's also wearing like he's wearing this like leather armor that has just bits falling off because he just hasn't worked out that there are bits more falling off, or he just hasn't noticed.
Yeah. Wow. And you can't help but notice the other Dragonborn, of course. To see Dragonborn and Dragonborns working together is kind of a thing. What does yours look like? His is this bright blue, and what's unique about your Dragonborn state?
Karina is sort of a coppery green with like gold highlights, sort of on the tips of her scales. She's very sparkly. And normally she'd be wearing like a ton of jewelry, but I guess probably that's all gone. And she's kind of just standing there like, this is the worst day.
Yeah, and you kind of like, you have that moment of just like, oh, worst day ever. And your exhaustion draws the attention of Fang. And Fang, what do you look like?
Well, Fang is 6'11".
Oof.
Green-skinned, obviously, half-orc, green-skinned. He has a goatee that comes to around here, and he has a mohawk that's tied up in a bun at the back. And because he was never wearing a shirt to begin with, I'm gonna go ahead and say he lost his pants, so he's now in a loincloth.
Yeah, you have to lose something. So he's just now in his loincloth. And I always picture like all the heads turned to the man just standing in his loincloth. And you guys stand in this black void. The ground is very firm. You're standing on something. It's almost like black onyx. floor, and you can see nothing around you. It is magical darkness for sure. Not even people with dark vision can see through it, and it surrounds you, and it feels endless, like a void. And you guys stand here, still dripping water, staring at each other. What do you do?
Should we go again?
Okay, has anyone seen my boot? I'm pretty sure I had it on me. No. Okay.
Your boot doesn't matter. Has anyone seen my pants?
Well, you say that, but my toes are cold and they're a little wet. Sock is a bit squelchy. So you may
Ari's
not
gonna
mind if
give up.
There, you guys are having this conversation,
You're right.
and almost like somebody's listening to you. Off in the distance, probably 30 or 40 feet, like a spotlight on the stage, this 6-foot platform lights up, and all of your clothing are piled on it.
Well, that's an
My
obvious
boot.
trap.
Yep, you're right.
And
I go and
then-
get my boot.
Okay, you want to try to so you start moving towards it, and as you do so, you hear that same like behind you, and you look, and 40 feet off another direction is all of your weapons in a pile.
I'm
And
going
then
that
you hear
way.
one, until you hear one more, and one lights up behind you, and it looks like anything valuable that you had, whether it be personally valuable, meaning like it holds nostalgic intent for you, or all of your gold, your jewelry, your rare items are all in another pile, directly behind you. And you guys stand there naked as these 3 areas light up.
I'm going for a weapon.
I'm gonna go get my boot.
Yeah. I'm going that way, and then I'll get the pants. Yeah.
Okay. You guys start walking in the direction of them. I need, if you're walking and going somewhere, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh, good.
Oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, I am so good at dex saves, you have no idea. Like, look how good that is. That's a
15.
2 for me.
19's great.
Would
19
would
plus
my
one.
danger
so-
sense apply here?
Oh. And Farskew.
Ari's
you
gonna just
receive-
sit down on the spot, just like, nope.
An 8. An
Okay,
8.
+2. Yeah, okay. So basically, it's going to be.
Wait, Chelsea,
Yep.
would my danger sense apply here? That gives me advantage on dex saves for anything that.
Oh, yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep, it is not an item, it is part of your senses, it works. So, yeah, take that advantage. You say advantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see, that's a 2, and that's a 1d20. Thank God for advantage.
2. So it's 7. So even with, you said advantage, right? So roll
Yeah.
it again, roll it again, because you gotta roll it a second time. There you go. Nice, much better. So an 18. So at an 18, you catch yourself. Which direction were you going?
I was going
Which
towards the
pile were
weapon.
you headed towards? You were headed towards the weapons. All right. The weapons, you start walking, and you walk about 10 feet or so, and you feel the ledge. Even though there's magic darkness there and you can't see past it between you and the spotlight of weapons, hits the edge of something, and you go to fall, and you pull yourself back. At a 19, you also find the same edge. Unfortunately, Farskew and Ragnarok, you guys are dead set. Which one were you headed to?
My boot.
Your
gonna
boot.
die
So you were
going to
headed,
the
you were you were headed towards the clothing. Yeah, you don't, and in fact, you fall right off the ledge. And you guys hear his body fall and fall and fall and fall and fall, and then out of the ceiling, boom, you hit the ground and take 2 points of damage as your body smacks into the ground as it has fallen from the dark sky. Farskew, you also, which one you were headed for?
The valuables.
The valuables. Yeah, you find an edge and also fall right off of it. And your body comes falling and hits the ground right behind his from the ceiling.
Seeing
Ow.
this happen,
Okay,
I
maybe don't
will-
go for boots. I'm sensing the boots are a trap.
seeing this happen, and knowing where approximately this ledge is, I would like to try and jump towards the weapons.
Okay, you've got a 30-foot jump.
I'm gonna
I want
try
a
anyway.
A really super high roll.
That would be athletics, right?
Correct. Yeah. Unless you're gonna do it acrobatically, you can tell me how you're gonna do it acrobatically.
Oh no, I'm just gonna brute force jump. Whoa.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, give me the athletics. Oh, that was a D10. Grab the D20. You rolled a D10.
Oh, that was a D10? Okay.
Oh, or D12. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
11 plus 8.
Yeah, 19.
19. At a 19, you and jump and make it, and your fingers like catch the ledge of the area that it's sitting on. Make a dex save. I'd even take a strength check to actually hang on, or catch yourself, because you're gonna.
Let's go with a strength check to try.
Yeah, and just like basically mount yourself to the wall.
So that's 5.
Oh, that one! And you grab it, and once again, that same feeling of somebody there to just screw with you grabs you by the foot. This like entity comes out of the dark and rips you down, and you guys hear his fingers down the side as he falls to his death, and he too out of the ceiling and takes 2 points of damage as he falls.
As I'm falling, I'd like to shout, "Death from above!" and try to land in a superhero landing.
Okay. Make a dex. I'll see if you nail it.
Let's see. 14.
Okay, at a 14, it is not the best superhero landing, but you do manage to do it on your feet. You do it, and you have that moment of like, that really hurt, kind of a thing. Like, I didn't quite get that right, but you did it. You totally did it. And he comes out of the ceiling and lands fist to ground. And all of a sudden, you hear that faint screaming of Finbar again, way off in the distance, and you begin to hear this and this like evil laugh begins to rise. Thank you, godlike spirit. Rises out of the space as this giant shadowy figure rises out of the darkness and makes itself known. And if it could be actually clothed in darkness, it is. It's almost like it's wearing it. And it puts its hand out, its kind of crinkly hand, and points at all of you and lifts his finger. And when he does so, all of your bodies jerk solid. And the space below you begins to change, and it lifts you, whatever this entity is, lifts you up off the ground. And the space below you changes. You watch as it shifts into what you can only assume is a courtroom. And it drops you back down as each of you are now standing behind basically a mutual podium, shoulder to shoulder to shoulder. Your arms are bound now with chains, and Bhaal stares you in the face and says, "You are funny adventurers. Lots of spirit."
Whatever
Excuse
I did,
me,
I
I
blame
was
that
killed
one.
by adventurers. I'm not an adventurer. Sorry.
Yeah. He looks at all of you and says, "Silence!" And always like rips your tongue out of your mouth. And he says, "Ari, always lying. You will pay for that." And he looks to the bugbear and says, "You may not consider yourself an adventurer, but you took up the mantle, and thus your soul belongs to me."
I'm more of a casual adventurer, kind of just doing things. I mean, part-time, I think, would be the best way to describe it. Not even an adventurer, a misdemeanor kind of person, I think.
Yeah, I prefer to be
See,
called a
not the
hunter.
only one lying.
No, I legitimately, I don't know what the word misdemeanor means. I could have been lying. I don't know. I apologize if I was.
You guys are babbling, and you almost hear an audible sigh from the god Murder, as if he goes through this every frickin' time with a group of adventurers. And he lifts his head again, and all of your bodies go stiff, and your neck crinks, and he says, "You don't understand. There's only one way out of this place, and it is when I say you are worthy. And he waves his
that's
opposite
great.
hand.
That's soon, or-
yeah. He waves. You kind of like you grit these words out because it's literally almost like your body is contorting under the weight of whatever he has cast. This whole curse got on you, and he like waves his other hand, and you realize, oh, it's almost like the lights come up, but deep from underneath this pit that you guys fell in, warm light comes up, and it shows that the pillar that you're standing on is actually relatively small and is surrounded by a moat, an empty moat that has these bridges that lead to all three of the locations of your items, which is what you couldn't see earlier. And deep in the pit crawl the writhing bodies and souls of the people that he has cast out from his trials. And he says, see those? They are forever mine. You have a chance to earn your mortality, to gain back your miserable lives. But only under condition. You participate in my trials, and I will give you your life back. When I find you worthy. And his hot breath like blows your hair back as he says the word worthy. He drops you again, and he says, now you may speak.
Hell, who put sweaty coppers in that dickhead?
Can I just have my stuff and stay here? I kind of like it here.
Yeah, he says, he looks down at you and he says, non-participation means immediate banishment to the pit. And he points deep into the pit where the souls writhe and crawl over each other in pain as they rip flesh from each other, eat it, regurgitate it, and begin the process again.
No,
Okay,
you
yeah,
know,
I'll participate. I'm good. Yeah.
Yep.
So what
Karina's
do we
like,
have to do?
He leans in, he goes, what is that, Dragonborn? You speak.
I aim to please. I am an entertainer. Whatever I can do.
He says, really?
Yes, of
He
course.
says, I have not. He's like, your death is the only form of entertainment I need.
I see.
And he says, would you like to kill yourself? If not, save your measly performances for someone else. And he says, do you know another soul that likes to perform, living his life behind a mask of trickery? And he reaches back and you see him snap his finger again, and off way in this cavernous distance is the body of Finbar, held by all fours, being pulled, almost quartered, as he screams in agony. He bleeds, and he is absolutely naked, except for his prized set of underwear. And Bhaal says, he's mine.
Finny, you're looking glorious.
You know him?
Of course I do. I mean, look at him. It's Finbar, the great, the underwear master of all of Gunrundi, and I expect you to show him some respect. Gaze upon him.
Oh, Bhaal leans in and almost like this giant head basically almost touches your face, and he says, would you like to see what I'm capable of? You think this is suffering? And he leans back and he says, I have a special trial for this one. Oh, am I breaking up? Until I see fit, he will wear his inner beauty on the outside and his outer beauty on the inside. Let's see how far he goes without his good looks. And
This is literally the worst thing that ever happened to me.
And he snaps his finger, and the beautiful Finbar, clad in his underwear, strapped in all fours, you know, a housewife's dream, is changed into this grotesque creature. And I know it's only the voice of the will, but I'd love if he couldn't tell us what, in fact, does Finbar's dark, ugly insides look like?
Are we talking like his organs?
No, I'm talking like the metaphorical view of like how ugly is he?
How ugly is he really?
How ugly is Finbar?
How ugly is his soul?
Oh, he's pretty ugly inside. It's like he's all selfish, very vain, very vacuous, very uncaring, and yeah, that's probably what his inside looks like.
Okay, so as you list each of these words, actually in your own mind, Finbar, trying to deny the fact that you're not a bad human being, a almost primordial whip comes out of the darkness and cracks you on the back, and as it does so, your nose turns into this giant broken, much larger. It whips you again, and you get hunchbacked. And it whips you again, and your belly protrudes out, bare belly now, right? And it whips you again, and you become kind of crinkled and nasty. And last whip, as acne breaks out all over your body.
Oh,
And you're still wearing the same size underwear. Oh man, he becomes 60 pushing. Sorry.
Drunk Chelsea.
So you... Oh,
no.
This is the worst whip ever. Why would anybody create such a whip?
You there? Am I there?
yeah.
Did I come back? Okay, good. Yeah, so basically, you're still wearing the same size underwear. You're now this just grotesque a view of a man as you're still tied on all fours. And Bhaal says, "Do you see? This is my playground. Mine. I make the rules. You play the games. That is how this works." So I will
Just
set
as
you
well
on
that I have such a charming personality as well.
And you feel actually, because both your beautiful insides have now moved into your core, almost like the Grinch, your heart begins to swell a little bit, Finbar. You feel this tingling down in your gut. You don't know what it is, and it makes you feel all warm, like hugging Mom Bar's teddy bear that she gave you for Valentine's Day when you were 6. Like that kind of warm feeling. Well, like I don't even know what to do with that.
Finbar is very upset by all of this. He has tears in his eyes for a moment, and then he gets that sort of warm feeling inside as his heart grows 3 times. Weirdly, Harry, I feel so whole. I feel so good. This is the best I've ever been. All that time I was worried about being beautiful and handsome and charming, and well, I was. But now you can see my inner beauty, my personality.
I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, and as you say that, he drops Finbar on the platform with all of you, in the middle of all of you, and his size and kind of grotesqueness eats up your space on this tiny trial platform, and he smells. And he's gross in his underwear now.
Ari's gonna try and help him stand by the underwear. She's gonna just only use the underwear. She doesn't want to touch the rest of him. She's just...
I would like to turn to Ari and go, so who the hell is this?
Excuse me, my name is Finbar the Bard. I'm the most famous bard in all of that. Pleasure to meet you. How are you doing?
Well, not very good, apparently.
It's nice to meet such good people, isn't it? I just love meeting people. I never realized how much I enjoy just meeting people, Harry. Isn't it great? Friends.
This is me patting Ari on the shoulder.
I knew.
What was that? What was that, Fang?
This is me patting Ari on the shoulder.
Oh, you're comforting her. How wonderful. Yeah, it's all a lot to take in. And you guys look up, and Bhaal, this giant figure, is popping popcorn in his mouth as he's watching you guys do cordial, just this cordial nature of the situation. He says, "Are you done?"
Ragnarok's gonna dip a finger in him.
You're tasting Finbar?
Yeah, why not? He's there. He's good.
Why not? Everyone can share.
What's
That's another thing That's another thing I like now. Sharing. I never realized, Harry, how good sharing was. Sharing is caring.
You're dead to me,
and
Finbar.
Bhaal laughs loud and boisterous and says, he laughs, "This is beautiful. Working already. Your first task is to get your items. Here's the thing. You can only take with you what you get in the next 3 rounds."
Oh.
And he snaps, and we're going to go into initiative.
Oh gosh.
So I'll set the scene up again for you guys here in a minute, but let's roll initiative. Bhaal will not take a turn, obviously, but...
That's a 5 for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, make sure... So 10, did you have anything to add to that, Karina? For your initiative, your dex?
Yeah, 2, so 12.
12. Okay. Beautiful. We've got a 5 for old Fang.
It's
Derek
for
got
me.
a 15?
Yeah, no modifier.
Beautiful. Who did I get? Ragnar got 7, so I'm just kind of putting you guys in order here for myself to make sure I got this. Man, Finbar, you slowed way down. Way down. You got a 5. All right, and last but not least is an 8. Wow, that you guys rolled really poorly. So Derek will in fact go first for the race to pick your items.
Cool.
Corinna will go next, followed by Farskew, Farskew, Ragnarok, Finbar, Fang, Ari.
One question. Items
yes.
means any of the 3 files, right?
So he's kind of pointing, because basically you guys have all your stuff he's collected in kind of themed piles, right? So just to reiterate, directly behind you is going to be a bridge that leads across to a small 10-foot platform that holds all of your magical and valuable items. So gemstones, gold coins, personal valuable items, as well as your scrolls, your spell books, all that kind of stuff. The platform to your right is going to be your clothing and armor one. So that would be where you're going to go and get those. Same thing, there's a bridge that leads across. And then to the left of you is going to be your weapon pile. Bridge that leads across to another kind of platform where they've all been stacked. And these bridges lead across that giant basically crater that circles this platform you're standing on, full of the writhing, flesh-eating souls. Yeah, and first up, how would you and where would you like to proceed? And that would be what I say, Derek.
So how long are the bridges?
The bridges are about 15 feet across, the gap.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to run for weapons and armor first.
Okay. All right, so you cut across. You get to the bridge and realize that it's actually not stable. It's only pinned on either end. The planks seem to be stable, but it's not. So I'm going to have you make a dex as you cross it to make sure you don't flip the bridge.
This can only go well.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, we're basically going to do 3 rounds. Oh no! And it does. It begins to rock and sway, and it kind of tips you over the edge, and your body falls and boink hits the center of the space once again to start you over.
Oh wait, I didn't roll yet.
Oh, you didn't. That wasn't your dexterity check. That was his. No. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I apologize. That's okay. Oh no, you make it. Yeah, that's really good. No, Woo! You do manage to hang on as the bridge kind of sways and rocks, and you make your cross to the platform, and you get there, and sure enough, all of the weapons are in a pile.
Cool.
Would you like to? So that was your movement. You can take the action to search it, or to dig through it and pick out what you need, what you're looking for.
Yeah, just grab my stuff. Get my maul and my chainmail, and
cool.
Anything else of mine that I can get.
Great. So basically anything that's considered a weapon or that you would use as a weapon, daggers and those kind of things are in this pile. So you're able to pick all that up. Your chainmail is actually going to be in the clothing and armor pile across the way. Cool. And we move straight to Corinna.
I'm going to try and go towards the valuable things.
Okay, cool. And you'll need to do the same thing as you go to cross the bridge if you're going by foot.
Oh, crap.
So is that your, so an 8? No, and it rocks and sways. And I would say at a 10, you're able to hang on, but you don't make it all the way across the bridge. You end up getting stopped midway. All right, and it still continues to rock and sway and sway. And we move right along to Farskew.
Okay, so how wide are the bridges? I assume I can't get past.
Probably, yeah. You're not gonna get past anybody. So you will either have to like get yourself in line, unless you're going to try to make the jump to the platform.
I think I'll go for my weapon. Just,
okay, yeah. That bridge is open, so.
So dex save, is it, or is it athletics? Or...
I would take athletics would be strength, so I would actually take either. If you want to roll your athletics, I probably would take that to be like balanced moving across it. Oh yeah, for sure. You like much smoother. And you in fact meet Derek on the same platform, and there's room for about both of you, and you're able to find your weapons. What weapons did you have on you?
A halberd.
Nice, yeah. So you're able to like go through and you find it. Yeah, you find it, and you stare Derek right in the face. And that is, in fact, your turn. Yes. Oh yeah, high five. Next up is Ragnarok.
Okay, I'm gonna use my wild shape to turn into a baboon.
That's awesome. Okay, does it take your whole turn to shift?
I don't know that one actually. Hold on, let me quickly check. I think I can still move though, which will be my next.
I was about to say you can still move, so you definitely shift, and then you can move to the, across the bridge if you want to. But
yeah, and then I will use that.
Through a pile.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go to. Is everyone's going for weapons at the moment, right? That's where everyone's.
We have 2 people on weapons, 1 person on the bridge to the magical and valuable items, and nobody has headed towards their clothing. Clearly, we don't care.
I'm gonna go get my boot. I've been trying to get my boot for ages.
Yeah, you
I'm off to get my boot.
The baboon's going to get his boot. So yeah, you are able to shift. You guys see him like shift into a baboon. Anything special about your baboon?
My baboon? No, he just looks the same as me, but you can just see like his nose is still broken. Like the baboons just take it. Like clearly, even my wild shapes are bruised. Like I'm broken and bent and clumsy.
Yeah. Yeah, so you oh, that's so cute. Yeah, you run over at a 4. What's your dex? A baboon's dex.
My baboon dex is a +2, so I'm rocking it.
6.
I'm super proud of myself for my super rolls.
Yeah. So the baboon hits the bridge, but your like running speed like basically takes the bridge and just like and dumps you, and you're not able to like grab on before it dumps your body and clonks you once again. You fall from the sky back into the middle of the chamber. Still a baboon, in fact.
Yeah,
but you land right next.
How much damage did I take? Because I only have 3 hit points.
Oh, as a baboon? I would say in terms of this one, technically you're supposed to take 2 hit points. That's kind of what's giving everybody falling.
I have 1. Okay, go me.
No, baboon's blunk, and you see it like as you crunch an arm. And we move right along, and the monkey lands straight next to Finbar, almost lands on his head, as it is his turn. How do you proceed, Finbar?
Oh, hello, monkey. Another friend. Do you know who I miss, Harry? I miss Fergus. Wasn't he such a good friend?
I considered him more of a plaything than a friend, but sure, we'll go with your word. I can.
Just salt of the earth, somebody you could really rely upon. Man, I miss him. What is it we're doing, Harry?
Well, honestly, I was going to see what you needed to do to help you through this, because you're clearly going through a hard time right now.
I feel great. No, I feel great. I've got my things over there, look. Someone should go get those.
Right.
I'll do it.
All right. That's Ari's gonna go with him, almost like she's helping, her grandma, kind of thing. You're like, it's okay.
I must apologize. I said some very insensitive things about slavery.
And sexual harassment.
And sexual. Actually, that I stand by. I stand by all the.
Yeah, anti-sexual harassment we can still get behind, no matter how terrible of a person.
Oh my gosh. Jeez. So you guys, I'm guessing you are you headed anywhere? Or are you just having this random conversation?
We're heading
I'm
towards
gonna head
those
over.
fins, aren't we?
Yeah.
Was it?
Fin bars.
Yeah.
Which pile? You guys are helping him, but which pile? The clothing pile, the magic item pile, or the weapons pile?
Does my magic item count as a weapon? My rapier? That's all I want back, right?
Okay, you're right. So you'd want to go to weapons.
Yeah, my weapon.
Yeah, so
All
you,
right.
Pick up my rapier.
yeah, you guys cross the bridge over to weapons. I'm gonna need you both to make a dex.
Okay.
Save together. I
Beautiful.
might give you advantage.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make that with advantage, and +4 is a
Oh.
16.
Nice, 16 makes it. Surprisingly enough, gross spin bar.
God damn it!
So the good news is together you're able to like stabilize yourself, and you guys, because of all your talking and like helping one another, you make it to the platform and you can see the rapier, but you're not able to like actually reach and grab for it. Just trying to hang on for dear life. And next up is Fang.
I will shout out to the 4 people at the weapons. Someone grab my great axe and run over towards the items.
Okay. You want to try to cross the bridge?
Yes.
Okay, so
What's
there is
my-
a person on the bridge. So you can make
Yes.
a dex, but I'm gonna, yeah, go ahead.
My question for it was, I'm gonna try and get around her.
Okay.
I'm guessing my danger sense wouldn't kick in there.
Probably not, because let's be real, this whole situation's been dangerous since you dropped from the ceiling. So,
Yeah.
I would just say at this point, it's not necessarily danger. There's nothing coming at you to give you that, but you could try to make the dex or the athletics to go around her.
Oh, let me make an athletics. It just climb.
Yeah, kind of climb over and around her basically to make your full movement.
Yeah.
And I'll say that the climb. Oh no!
That's
That
my
one-
third one today. What is
I am
happening?
We're gonna need Corinna to roll a dex as well because he's trying to go past you and he's shaking the bridge. Oh, you managed to hang on. You probably all but like Tweety Bird his last finger off. Right? As he scutters past you and he goes to fall and you're like, nope, can't. And you manage to like hang on as his body falls and he too lands, taking 2 points of damage as he hits the ground in the center of the trial stand once again, putting him back at the beginning. And Ari, I'm gonna say since you moved with Finbar, is you helped him on his turn. I will give you action now, but you can't make movement.
Okay. Action. So the bridge. I'm gonna try and push Finbar to make it to the other side.
Oh, you guys are on the platform. You made it.
Oh,
So you're
we're on
standing
there.
there.
Okay.
You can use it to find your weapons if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I'll just find my weapon
Don't
then.
touch me while you're doing it.
Yeah. You guys are real close. It's really, really tiny platform, and 4 of 6 of you are on it. 3 of yeah.
It's like when you're doing those team building exercises and you're having to all stand on the small platform. Right. Okay. I'm going to go down. I'm just warning you all. I'm bending down. Pick up the weapon. Okay. There we go.
All right.
Coming
and
back
Half naked,
up.
half elf, bending down.
So tell me, what weapons are you grabbing? Just yours?
I'm
Are you grabbing anything
grabbing-
other than yours?
Mine and Finbar's rapier.
Okay, so 2 rapiers. Choo choo, shing shing. You guys have equipped yourself. Bar still stands, beer belly out in his underwear,
at this
rapier in
weapon.
hand.
And I'm just still there topless, it's fine.
I don't even think I know how to use this thing. I don't even think I'd want to use such a thing against someone.
You
Goodness.
stick 'em with the pointy end, Finbar. You stick 'em with the pointy end. Her patience is like clearly wearing thin at like this pleasant Finbar.
You know how little I respected women in the past? Goodness gracious, I am ashamed.
Like Ari's gonna look down at her bare chest, then back up, back down, back up,
yeah.
and just kind of
You
feel
got-
exasperated at this point. Nothing. I got nothing.
You hear monkey noises from across the hall.
Yeah, is it like, and you guys have finished first round. You have 2 more rounds to go. We start over with Derek.
Oh. Okay.
So you're standing on this platform watching them have this conversation about 2 of them.
So, I'm gonna go for armor. I'm just gonna leave these guys
Okay.
behind.
Okay, so you're gonna need to make a dex back across the bridge,
Cool.
which is 15, and you'll probably be able to make it halfway.
Cool. I might dash there to try and get across the
Okay,
other bridge
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, sure.
So that is that's 13.
Okay, 13 flat, and so yeah, I would say you make the cross. It's not graceful, and you're running and you're dashing, but you make it to the other side with the clothing and the armor.
Cool. But that was my movement, my action to get there, wasn't it? So
Yeah.
I'm there.
Anything you want to say, or you can't really do anything. That was your full action, but you can.
Yeah. Is there anybody on this platform with me?
Nope, it's just you.
No.
Just you.
I just wonder to myself how pissed they'd all be if I just kicked all their stuff off the platform. And have a quiet moment to myself pondering that.
You hear a ball in your ear go, "Do it.
Quiet you.
Do it."
You said you'll be.
Yeah, and Corinna, it is your turn. You are halfway across the bridge.
I'm gonna try and get the rest of the way back across the
Right.
bridge. Ah!
Well, you had so you'd already stabled yourself. You're already halfway, so I'll let you finish making the cross to the platform. So your action will be whatever happens on the platform now. So go ahead and take action. What would you like to do? What are you searching for? Is a better question.
I'm going to be looking for my 3 magic items that I have: my focus, my tome, and also I have a magic item, my marvelous pigments. I'm going to be trying to find.
Oh
those 2
yes. Yes. And you managed to find all 3 of those on your turn, like shuffling, and you've got them now in your hands. And we move right along to Farskew.
Great. Yeah. How far are away the actual platforms from each other?
I see. Yeah, they're much farther. Here, I'll give you my really poorly drawn map so you can see better what I'm thinking.
Oh.
So see how far they're really, really far from one another, but not if you use
can't really...
or you try to make the jump.
I was just thinking, do I?
Yeah, try to jump from one to the other. Hey, it's brilliant. If one of you had a flying option, you guys would be golden.
Okay. I think I'll go now to I resisted the valuables last time. I'll valuables. I don't know if I can make it that far with a double move or not.
Okay, so you were correct me if I'm wrong. You were headed towards magical items and had made it.
Weapons, yes.
Weapons, yes, right. Yeah, so you want to go back?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead, make the dex. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, is it acrobatics or athletics again? Or?
I would take either, but you have to tell me how you do it acrobatically if you choose that one.
No,
other than just like
I'll
running
click
across.
for athletics.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it athletically. Just like loll down with my
help yourself across.
Like a gorilla state.
Brute force.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's a 9.
Not enough. And you too.
Oh,
well,
10.
I say that you managed to hang on to it, but you're now dangling from this bridge. It kind of like tips you, and you're hanging on to it, but you are not, in fact, on it anymore. You've managed to hang on with a 9.
Oh, yeah.
Woof. You guys see Farskew like tip over the side, and Ragnarok.
I'm going from the boot.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it.
One of my dice rolls will allow me to get my boot.
You can do this. This will
I
not
rolled
be a
an extra
die-hard
mark.
situation.
Okay, that's an 11.
Okay, an 11 does in fact get you across.
Yes.
And you manage to get all the way across, not gracefully. It wiggles the whole time and swings, and you hit the platform, and you are able to search for your boot.
Do I get my boot?
You totally get your boot. No, it's right there. It's just like a pile
I like
of
just
things
hold
with,
it up like
6
I'm like Link just as I'm getting it like.
Brilliant.
And then if I have any movement left, I'll move back, but I don't know if I have enough movement.
Yeah, no movement left. That was pretty much it with a roll. And so it is Finbar's turn. You're standing on the weapons platform.
You know what this place could do with? A park bench.
To admire the view.
And you guys hear
nowhere to
the
sit
rabid
down.
sounds of like as things are tearing you apart beneath your feet.
Dear me, they look unfriendly. What do you suggest we do, Harry? I don't wish to take charge here. I mean, you're a strong, independent woman.
He's almost worse than real Finbar.
Yeah.
He's worse than real Finbar. I just want to punch him in the face.
Ari's getting to that point. She's going to say, like, you know what? Pretend they're cockroaches. And guess what cockroaches give you? Disease. Just stab at them. Do something. Kick them.
All right.
Defend yourself.
I'll give it a little kick, and I'll stamp on a bug like I'm trying to stamp on a small house spider.
Yeah, it's like a reminiscent centipede runs past from the last scene. Yeah, and
This is where he just gets like a glass and a piece of paper, and he's just like trying to scoop them all up to like gently toss them over.
Got it.
So Finbar uses
I'll
his
take it
friend to
outside
capture
and
the centipede.
I'll unleash it back into the wild.
Oh my god.
Does anybody have any cardboard? I need to scoop it.
Use your blade. You know what? Use your blade to scoop it up.
Oh my god.
my
Okay,
God.
so you use your turn to save the bug. Your turn to save the bug.
This
And
bug reminds me of Doug.
It's Fang's turn.
Doug the bug.
So, I have 40 movement speed.
Okay.
If I move at half speed, can I still make it across the bridge and possibly get advantage on deck save?
I wouldn't say you would gain advantage, just because you half your speed. No, you can't take the advantage on it. You're gonna have to make the deck save. You're gonna have to. It's like an undone bit. Which bridge are you going to again? The weapons?
Well, I'm gonna go. Really? None of you grab my great axe. God damn it! And I'll move towards the weapon.
Okay, so I would say because there are people there and are coming across, they can help you on and off, and you can gain advantage.
Okay.
So that you
If
can get
they
across and
decide
get
to
that
do
great
that.
X. All right, go ahead and roll it for me. Oh, you're gonna want
Wait.
that advantage.
Do
Oh,
I
and
need to
that's
make
what we've been looking for. With your 40 movement speed and the advantage, you are able to go across, get your weapon, and come back to the main space. Yeah, you get like a nice little something inspired you. You're not sure if it was their lack of help or just being in this horrible place, but something inspired you. And last but not least is Ari. You guys are still on this platform helping a bug, unless you want to take action.
No, she's going to be kind of treating Finbar like the special child he's now become. And he's like, yeah, okay, now if you just, put it on the edge just there, it can crawl away to its own freedom. And how about we now cross back over? Here we go.
Yes.
And
the
she
Good
like
Samaritans. We cross over the road.
Yeah, and she sheepishly, has a hand on his hunchback as she kind of gently encourages him to go back across the bridge.
Okay,
like,
so
it's
why
the
don't
Phantom
you
of the
also
Opera.
make a dex with advantage, since he's helping you and you guys are helping each other back across.
And a bug.
Oh, yes, and the bug. The bug's coming too.
Oh wait, hang on. Need to do this with the advantage. Let's see if I can get this right.
Oh, a nat!
Nice.
Wow! You get you, the bug, and him. You carry them basically across.
Yes.
In fact, Crimson Phoenix, he is not the same Finbar. He is a changed man, thanks to Bhaal. He is beautiful
I'm
on
a
the
better
inside
man.
and ugly on the outside, and it has nothing to do with his fangirl and everything to do with payback. This is the final round, and you hear the booming laughter of Bhaal come in at the top of this round. He says, "Time is ticking. One more chance." And we start the round with Durak. Last round to get what you want to get.
So I'm on the clothing thing. Is anyone on the equipment, like special items platform?
The weapons are on the opposite side.
Not the weapons,
like
the one with like
The
magic
valuable items.
Oh, the magical
valuables.
items.
Yeah, are you on there?
Yeah, that's closer.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We good?
So yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna shout across to the Dragonborn. Is there anything you want from here?
Which one are you on?
I'm on the armor and clothing.
Oh, the armors and clothing. Yes, my armor. It's leather.
Right. You grab my holy symbol and that big bitey bag thing, and I'll meet you back in the middle. And
Yeah,
I'll
because
grab her armor and clothing and head back to the middle.
Okay,
Because
cool.
while
Yeah,
on
you can...
mansion, Karina is also topless.
This is true. So yeah, you're able to like grab, and you grab the few items that you guys talked about, and are able to move back to the center area, having crossed the bridge, and we move right along to Corinna.
All right, I'm gonna start like holding up items and be like, this one, until I find the one
It's
that
the
he's looking
big
for.
satchel with a mouth.
If you hold up a necklace at any point in time doing that, I say, bring that for me.
Why don't you roll
Just like-
I was about to say, why don't you roll an investigation to see if, as Diggington as possible, if you can identify this bag with a mouth that he's so described.
All right, this is gonna be 13 plus 1, so 14.
Okay, out of 14, it takes you a minute, but you absolutely, I'm guessing it's back devouring.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you can't miss it. It nips at your hand at the bottom of the bag, and you're able to like grab it by the scruff of the neck like a cat, and grab anything else that you wanted.
I grabbed all of my stuff. I don't care about my jewelry at this point.
Yeah,
All
you
my
grab his stuff, you grab your stuff, and you make it back across the bridge to the center area. You've crossed it enough now that you are able to stabilize yourself. And Farskew, how do you handle your last round?
So did I need to make any I'm hanging off the bridge, 2 people
Yes.
went across it, like 3 people went across it technically. Do
Yeah,
I need
went
to
across
make
it.
3?
You could maybe holler at one of them if you wanted to and see if one of them wants to make a quick save to help pull you up. Who crossed
okay,
the
like,
line?
save.
Ari rolled that 20. Ari rolled a nat 20. She, in fact, carried everybody and pulled you back up to the bridge.
Oh.
With her
cool.
sheer lady
Thanks.
strength. She just like boinks and pops you this
I
giant
used
bug.
all
You don't know
my
how she
anger.
did it. You don't know how she did
cool.
it, but she did it. And now you can take your movement if you want to go. You're headed back, correct?
Yes, going to the valuables. Yes.
Yes. You will. If you're gonna cross the
yes,
new
I'd
bridge,
like
you gotta
to.
make that dex one more time
Okay, here we go.
for that athletics.
That work? It's okay.
And it's 7. But
14.
Okay, at a 14,
plus
yeah,
7
you
to
get
my-
across. You totally get
Awesome.
across.
And who's on the armors? Like, if you could pick up the chain shirt, that'd be amazing. Oh, no,
Everybody's like yelling at
Yeah.
everybody to grab stuff.
You're yelling at a
and
monkey.
you
Is
managed to...
anyone's?
Yeah, go
Sorry,
ahead.
and I was gonna say, is anyone's magic item any statue of any kind? Just whilst I look through the pile because I got that wild magic surge.
Oh, that's right. What happens to the statue? What was it? You
Bit it.
Somebody
You
was
bit
10
it.
pounds.
You have to take a bite out of it.
Oh, that's right. Did anybody have a statue on them? Anybody?
I
No
mean, I would
statues
not
yet.
mind having a statue of myself.
You.
I volunteer a statue.
Yeah, you managed to, in fact, dig through it like you're looking for a statue to fight. That urge comes over you again, but you don't find anything, and you collect the items you wanted from the pile and put them on your person and cross back across. And it's Ragnarok's
Cool.
turn.
Okay,
You finally have your boot.
I'm trying my best. I do. I finally have my boot, which is all I've needed in life. I don't have any valuables other than that my boot is in the wrong pile. As an act, and there's no one else at the weapon one at the moment, is there? Or am I right?
In the middle?
In the weapon pile, is there anyone standing in the weapon
No,
pile?
everybody has exited the weapon pile.
Okay, I may need one of those, but I guess I probably should. Oh well. I have my boot. I'm gonna just go back to the middle with my boot and I'm just gonna be as happy as Larry. However happy
Yes,
he is.
I love that.
Yeah.
You come back content as a cucumber with your boot on. In
Just
fact,
like-
and actually, wait, you're still a monkey, aren't you?
Yep.
Or is it a baboon? You're a baboon.
I'm a blue ass baboon with my
This blue ass baboon waddles back across the bridge and has a seat, boots on, in the middle, very content with his selection. And we move
Well, I
to
look
Finbar.
weird because my other boot would be like immersed in my monkey form. So like literally, I'm just now a baboon with one boot on, and I'm just like standing there like ready to go.
Ready to go with the one boot that you put
Yeah.
on yourself. That's funny. Finbar, how would you like to proceed?
I don't know. That's a little bit funny, really, isn't it? So much violence. He goes, admires everyone for a little bit. It's a very nice looking dwarf. He looks like a
Oh.
nice guy.
Ari's just crying to herself, like, quietly. Or, like, kind of mourning the loss of, like, he used to love violence. He was
biggest
gonna be a
torture of all.
murderer. It's like that scene in Michael, you know, he was gonna be an acrobat. Where are his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. She's like that over Finbar right now. Just, he was gonna be an underwear salesman. He was gonna blow up everyone.
I don't know.
Alright, so
That sounds terrible. I suppose I ought
What
to
we
do
all
that.
didn't, you know, what we all didn't know is it's actually punishment for Ari, not Finbar.
He's loving it. I think he keeps like walking along with Barry, and if she asks him to do anything, he will. But he's not very proactive in this current state.
Okay, yeah, he's so content. You guys have made it back to the middle at least, and that puts us to Fang. Last chance to do something, man. What would you like to do?
So here's what I
Fine.
want to do.
Okay.
I would like to make it over to the items. If I
Okay.
succeed in doing that, that's a big if, if I succeed, I would like to grab my necklace and my potion of supreme healing and then voluntarily jump off so I show back up in the middle.
Good plan. So you grab everything you want, anything additional that you want, and you jump. So you have to make. Where were you standing? You had made the cross.
I was in the middle.
Oh, you were in the middle. Okay, yeah. Make the dex or athletics. I'd take.
Athletics, okay. That's +8.
Oh, 15. Yeah, you totally make it. You make it across, no big deal. You grab everything you want and plunk, jump right off the edge. And sure enough, you and fall with whatever magical items you had and take 2 points of damage from the ceiling. And last but certainly not least is Ari in our final round.
Ari's going to continue, just back to where they were. She's given up on the idea of trying to claim, like, her shirt or anything else other than her sword and making sure that Finbar and the bug get across there safely. And she was just, oh god, okay. She's just gonna kind of, once they get back to where they were originally standing, she's just gonna kind of sit down on the floor, like she's having a little bit of a temper tantrum to herself.
And as Ari's ass hits the ground in her temper tantrum, the initiative order ends. And you see the giant form of Bhaal come back in, and his clap. Very good. It is so interesting to watch how you think what you felt was valuable. And he leans really, really close into Finbar, and he says, You are flawed, both in normal and in this state. Almost despicable down at just how kind you actually are. It's almost like it backfired.
I've got a donation message for you to check out there in the chat, by the way.
Oh, is it in my chat? Okay, 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves as Bhaal stares down Finbar.
What a nice-looking fellow.
I will walk over to Karina and go, so, where did taught us here? You think we should call everyone else Shorty?
I mean, if it pleases you.
I'll pat you on the shoulder and go, it pleases me. Let's do it.
I'll be trading items with Karina.
Yeah, you guys kind of write all of your items.
You know, I don't think I've even met all of you. My name is Finbar. I used to be a bard. I don't think I will be anymore. I think I'll be more of a poet.
Oh, Finbar.
I think not just any poetry, though. I'm thinking about slam poetry. It seems like a medium that I haven't really experienced before. And I would
That is literally the worst kind of poetry, Finbar.
What? Sounds violent. I like the sound of slam poetry.
You could have done dirty limericks. You went slam poetry.
Oh, I don't know about dirty limericks. I must clean myself soon, actually.
Shut is killing me.
Gosh. Oh my gosh. Just... Finbar, when we get out of here, I refuse to buy you a beret.
All right. Not sure how that has to do with anything. It's fine by me.
You will not get a beret or bongos.
For the third time,
Bongos.
for the third time since Finbar has changed.
So as this conversation's happening, Bhaal is watching over you, laughing at the banter between you, as if you are just playthings in a petri dish to him. And he says, do you know what would make this interesting? An ex-girlfriend. And you hear from behind you from the pit,
Ex-girlfriend.
as the infamous #1 fan of Finbar has risen from the molten gold pits of the Gallery of Grunrundi as a level 7 succubus, thanks to a donation from Crimson Phoenix.
Oh.
I'll go, oh, thank God, I thought it was one of mine.
This is an absolute pleasure. You know, I have been wanting to have the chance to apologize for my behavior.
Ari's just gonna put her hand over Finbar's mouth, totally deciding to ignore the fact that he's got all acne like everywhere. He's like, you know, he's like some sort of sludge as well, isn't he? As well.
Yeah, he's just kind of really gross.
He's nice though.
I swear, you shut your
touch
whole
him.
mouth, Finbar.
As you touch
Very
him,
rude, Harry,
this
but I forgive
succubus
you.
like she screams out as you touch him and says, "Don't touch my fitty!" And like, and flies in with her disgusting wings towards you, and is going to make a claw attack at you. Actually, better yet, she attempts to grab you, so she's going to make a strength. Why don't you roll a strength against me, there, friend?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Can I use an
Just what I
improvised weapon
wanted.
to throw something at this new beastie?
Yes, she only rolls a 9 to grab you. Oh, and she goes to grab you and does not make it. And yes, you're welcome to make a quick attack to throw something at her.
Can I use like my ranged attack to throw poo at her?
I mean, you're a monkey. I don't see why not.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And in that one, you do it yourself.
It couldn't have gone any better.
Yeah, no, it just goes everywhere. It's not quite as solid as needed, I guess, for you to throw it.
It's performance issues.
Not one on a
New
poo.
people.
Why?
And she says, and looks and says, and you, and looks right at Corinna, who's also a female in the room with the spin bar, and she makes a huge dive at you, and will also make a strength to pick you up. She's going to try to.
Can I make an attack of opportunity? Because I was next to
Yes, you
Corinna.
can, and she rolls even worse that time. It's the smell of poo in the general vicinity. She can't. Wow.
18.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not very good.
Yeah. Give me that attack now that you have your weapon.
That's a 12.
A 12. Yeah. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit her. That being said, as she comes up and Bhaal sees that you guys are beginning to rally as a force against his fun, he enlarges her. He puts out his hand and she begins to grow in size, and she scoops up the two ladies, just this giant hand, crushes them in between it, tosses them into the pit, and a fiery like roar of flame, and she picks up Finbar and kisses him with a giant, huge, oversized succubus lips as she sucks the life from him, draining kiss. And just for fun, let's see how much damage that does. Why not, right?
Oh, this hurts a little, but I'll forgive you.
Ragnarok's monkey
But
face
I'll
just drops.
forgive
Like,
you. This is so nice. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
This is
let's
where I
try
wish I'd
that
taken a
again.
point in rate.
And we roll for a total of 33 points of kiss damage as she, I'm guessing, sucked most of the life out of Finbar.
How many points was that?
33 points of kiss damage.
Oh, let me check my character sheet here. I might be dead if that's the case. Woe unto me, my time has come.
You found the only succubus as a Dementor. Well done.
If I am alive, then more power to me, I suppose. And I'm only happy that my life force can improve hers. Let's see if my blood type is the same as hers. Maybe I can help her out a little. Let's see. My hit points are 28, so I am dead.
In fact, yeah, and it's the sheer size of this giant succubus lips now that like sucks the love out of Finbar. And she tosses his corpse of a body in and says, I have achieved true love with him, and reaches out and goes to rake all of you. And Bhaal says, stop, and freezes her midair as she goes to reach for the rest of you. And he says, I am bored by these antics. Let's see how you do with this. And snaps his finger, and everything goes dark. Almost as if somebody flipped the lights out and flipped it back on. And you guys land standing in a room together. Empty, no doors, ceiling, and right in the middle of the floor is a small note. Bhaal left you a sticky note on the fridge. No, there's a small note in the middle of the floor.
Am I still a monkey? A baboon?
Unless you have changed.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, and you have exactly the items that you got in the last place, but there doesn't seem to be any. It's almost like eerie quiet, and this room's a little different. It is what might be considered a medical chamber of some kind, or would be. It's very sterile, and like I said, the only thing in it other than the drain in the floor is the sticky note, or is it, yeah, we'll say it's the sticky note, right? I'm sitting on top of it from Bhaal.
I'm just going to put my back to a wall.
Donation in there for you. Sorry, Chris.
You get one more donation.
It's okay.
Okay, so say what you're saying.
I'm just going to put her back to a wall and let someone else get the note.
I scared the pants off of all of you.
Yeah, Ari is gonna sit herself down next to Derek. She's just in a very sitting mode. Like this, nope.
Am I still dead?
If no one's going for the note, I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna pick it up and like open it and then run it.
Oh yeah, is Finbar still dead?
Am I still dead, or am I like in this place as well?
No, all of you have basically regenerated at this place. Bhaal has dropped you in a brand new trial. Yep.
Isn't life just amazing? Life finds a way.
She's gonna grab Finbar and just kind of get him to sit down. Just sit.
I refuse.
And who picked up the note?
I'm gonna pick up the note and just run around with it.
Okay, you don't read
monkey
it.
and I have no...
You just like circle this room running with the note. And as this is happening, something begins to bubble up from the drain in the floor. It's almost like this gooey, jello-y type thing, and it begins to take form. And in fact, it is Fang's ex. Let's see, did you tell me what Fang's ex is? Oh, a level 7 fighter. Fang, what is your favorite race to date? You know, take
my
it out
favorite
on a
race to date would be very tiny. It would be a halfling.
Okay, so this like blob amorphous thing comes out of the floor and forms into one of your ex-girlfriends who's a halfling. Fighter, in fact, which I'm sure is why you have all the feels for her. This is getting so weird. And she forms and comes out with her axe. Or her, I will say it's a sword. She comes out with her sword. And she points and she says, "No matter how far you run, I will find you, Fang. You are not breaking up with me." And runs to attack Ari first because you are the female in the room. So she's going to. I'm going to kind of just make all this up on the spot.
There's Karina too.
And Karina too. Yeah. So she's got to make one attack at a time. So she makes the first one. At a 15 to hit you, Ari.
Yep, that hits.
She hits you and does a measly, like, what is that? What is that? Sword's 1d6. I gotta get these commands right here, gang. Nothing extreme at a 4. Just about 4 points of damage. As it almost like tings you a little bit, it doesn't like hurt you too bad. And she says, "And you!" and points to Karina and steps away. So Ari, you gain an attack of opportunity as this little crazy halfling gnome.
I'm just going to look over to Fang and just be like, "She's cute," and then just like stick her in with the pointy end of my rapier.
Do it.
All right, so that is 1d. Wait. 1d8.
You can do it. Kill the ex-girlfriend. This has turned into a totally different game. You're right, whole game on the ex-girlfriend game. Oh, and full 8 points. Plus your what's the
plus 3.
Oops, sorry. Plus 3. Okay, plus 3. So yeah, 12. You hit her in the back and she goes, "Ah!" but doesn't stop as she like almost continues like falling towards Karina. And since her action was kind of stopped and she entered your space, if you want to make like a reaction, Karina, you can take an attack as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and hit her with an Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
So I get 2 of them. So I'm gonna roll
Oh,
twice.
great.
And they're both plus 2. So that one sucked.
Okay, a 10's not a hit, but and that one.
Oh,
As Eldritch Blast like blast across the space. And she kind of dodges it, the spider, and she does reach and rolls again. Give it to me. There it goes. And she's gonna try to attack you, though she's not doing so high. Ari really ran her through with that sword. And
you know when you get that feeling where something's just so cute, you just have to have to hit it.
Smash it into pieces.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
this
that's
one.
why she was my type.
Does a 14 hit you, Corinna?
Just barely, but yes, it does.
Just barely. No. Okay, and she rolls that d6 for only 2 points of damage. But as she's kind of like tumbling, she doesn't get a terribly good hit off. And I'm gonna say that she's kind of tied up in this. Does anybody want to take? Yes.
Oh wait, I was gonna say, can I do a hellish rebuke?
Yeah. You sure can.
Okay, so she has to roll a dex save.
Oh. Okay. Let's do. Yeah. That's about right. At a 10, 12, she doesn't make it.
No, she doesn't. So she takes
doesn't.
3d10. Oh, she does what?
Whoa! No, she doesn't make it. Go for it. Roll that.
She
3d10.
doesn't make it. So she takes 3d10 fire damage. How do you roll more than one at the same time? Wait for it to disappear.
You can right click and you can select 2 or 3 or 4.
That was a D8 that you rolled as well.
Oh, well, that's okay. Where the? I'm so bad with these little fake dice. Wait, there's.
That's okay. Yeah, so that's a D8. You said D10.
Still a D8.
Where is the D10? There it is.
Yeah, there we go. Okay,
Another 3.
so 3.
That's a
so 3
perception
points
check right there. So.
plus 9 points.
Oh,
9
wait,
and 1 more.
what is that?
Oh, nice. Okay,
16.
so 16 points. How do you slay her with this hellish rebuke?
Woo!
Well, she's basically on fire now. She's surrounded by
His
hellish
ex-girlfriend goes
flames.
up in flames.
Sorry, man.
She's like,
She like, and Karina screams like, I didn't want him anyways.
anything from you here, Fang, since it is your ex-girlfriend?
As that happens, I will rush Karina, grab her in a bear hug, and go, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Who has, you said, oh yes, Ragnarok has the note. Are you still circling the room?
Yeah, no, I'm literally just running like with like waving a flag. Like
We've gone through ex-girlfriends, and you guys now stand in an empty, unmarked, very sterile, with all of you in it. It's probably only a 12 by 12 space, so it's very, very tight. Like I said, the only thing in the floor is the drain in which the ex-girlfriend arose from, and the note left by Bhaal that is currently being circling the room.
I will attempt to cut off Ragnarok and try and catch him.
All right, Dex against Dex, if that's what you'd like to do. Try to catch him and get that out of hand.
that's 15 for me.
15.
Plus 2, so 11.
11. All right. So he does manage to just get past you. Your hands like touch it as he slips past you, and it's not quite enough to beat him as he continues running around the room with this.
And then I go up to Ari and I'll give I'll open a note up in front of her.
So okay, so you like open it up. Ari, you read it, and it is in fact a letter from Bhaal. And it says, as you read it, these things are kind of appearing. He says, there is only one way in and one way out. And as you read that, on the far wall, you hear this like, as a keyhole appears in, there's not even a door, it's just in the wall, there's like a keyhole. And he says, it says, each of you possess a key. Deep inside your belly it be. Each of you must die, but only one of you will walk away. Period.
I guess I'll die. I mean,
yeah, kill Finbar.
I mean, we've died like 3 times.
I honestly don't mind.
Does Ari read this out loud? Do we all know this?
Did you read it out loud, Ari?
Well, initially she is just going to kind of look around and in her head do a bit of like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
The monkey looking right at it.
But she will just eventually read it out and let everybody know, like, okay, so looks like we're all, we've all got a key inside all of us, and only one of us is gonna walk out of here alive.
Oh, it's like so.
It is.
There's a
It
quiet
is. You
Hold
used to love that.
Hold on.
You'll get
I'll
Bob
walk
out.
over to the keyhole and
Uh-huh.
take out the key I got from the wild magic shirts and attempt that in the keyhole.
Okay, you drop it in the keyhole. It only locks the door.
Well, I
If I
tried.
remember correctly, that wild magic sword says
So,
it only
so
unlocks,
you die first,
or it only
yeah?
locks, not unlocks. And it like you can feel it, and it just doesn't work. But you approach the keyhole, and you notice something significantly more interesting. Almost hidden in the wall, directly above the keyhole, is a series of numbers. And if you take your thumb and put it to it, you can. It's almost like scrolling. It's almost like all the numbers are on a wheel, a lock, a combination lock.
There's a bunch of numbers here. I don't know what they mean.
Oh, I
Some
love
numbers in the stomach.
No, numbers in the wall.
And you guys walk over and see what he's talking about. That there's like
There's
a
enough
combination
numbers
lock at the
that
top
each-
of the key hole.
Is it a 4-digit keypad?
It is not. It is in fact a 6-digit keypad.
I'm still the monkey. Still have no idea what's going on. So,
Yeah, the monkey's like, oh, running around with the piece.
If there's a quiet moment, it's just interrupted by like Farskew like chewing on a bit of the statue still. just like this really silly
You've
crunch.
given
He's
up
probably
and
like
gone to
shit
the
in his
wall.
teeth. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
you're making just anything at this point a statue.
Have I got anything like? Is there a number on the back of my neck or anything? Somebody check.
Go to the lock, and my mechanism that I have is the chipping, and it apparently it releases a lock by ringing it once. So it has like 10 uses, and if there's multiple locks, it like just it's one per lock. But if it's
Oh, cool.
just
So you
one
like
lock,
ring?
so,
It's like a bell?
yeah, it's like a little metal tube. It says it just like lets out a little chime.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So you
So
can like, just
we
go up to
hear,
it.
you guys hear, yeah, you hear Derek go, is there a number on me? And you guys start like patting him down as this bugbear walks over and pulls this mechanism out. And how does it work? You like, it's like a tuning fork, you like ting it makes a sound.
I think he just like strikes it against the like the door, and it just goes ting. And he's like as he's still like chewing.
So you ting, and there's only one way in and one way out and one way to open this door. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to roll a d6. Actually, no, I take that back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So, each
just
of
killed
you that
anyone.
have a key,
Sorry.
I was going to say, each of you that have the key in your belly are going to die. And here's how this is going to work. I am going to assign each of you a number, and each of you that roll the number, or numbers rolled, basically will die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so Finbar, you're 5. Everybody else keeps the same number. First now 5. Karina is now 6, and Fang is of course 7. So let's see if it lets me roll. I bet it'll let me roll a d7. Okay, so 2, Ari, a key literally rips from your stomach as it comes out, and you see it as it floats out of your body. Yeah, it rips free, and it has a number on the key as it basically dumps your insides to the ground. Oh my god.
This is like the worst period pain ever.
Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Corinna, yours 2. Key from your belly rips free, spilling gut out everywhere as it too goes and actually leans itself basically against, and the magically, because you magically open the door, the number into place to match number 4 that is on your key. Oh, another 6. Gotta roll again. You can't die twice. Oh my. Oh, okay. And Derek, you now take a death as well, and key rips from your belly, switches the lock. Oh my god, this is killing me. Another one. How is that even possible? Okay, and 7. And so that would be Fang. Fang, you die. He rips from your belly, does the next number. 1, 2, 3, 4. You still 2 more to go. Let's see who makes it. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Can you believe that? Okay, 3, nice. The bugbear, in fact, you watch as it's shifting, it's working, the door is opening. He projects from your belly, rips you open, splatters all over the wall, and oh my gosh, this is why randomization does not work. This is crazy. So basically, Fang has died. Like, the key is just messing around in its belly. Not my day. Look at this. I feel like it's broken.
I don't think
I'm
you're
gonna roll
rolling
a
a D6.
D6 to break. I know, roll the 6. All right, here we go. Let's try again. Okay, and 2's already died. So I'm going to roll an either or and just make a quick choice because this dice thing is not working for me. Okay, great. And 3, so that's the last one. And in fact, Ragnarok, you go down as it rips free of your stomach, leaving everybody but Finbar. And
I do
Finbar,
like
you
the
stand in
saddest
the room.
monkey face you've ever seen.
Oh, the saddest monkey face. As,
Like in the
rips free.
Zach monkey in Wizard of Oz. That's how sad this is.
As it rips free. And you guys all stare as Finbar is the last one standing. Their blood is covering you, Finbar. And right in front of you, a key now glows. Basically, all the keys kind of come together and make one, which is clearly the main key to leave. As all the numbers are in place and you hear the lock.
Oh, that's nice. Where did my friends go? Huh. I guess I'll walk through here. So I hear the locked.
Click opens the door. This magical door swings open, and as you walk out into the next space, a giant scythe swings down and takes your head off. And as the last of your brain waves and begins to spark, you can still blink and see, and this creature, gangly in nature, white, bulbous, disgusting skin, reaches down, picks up your head, and looks you directly in the eyes and says, I caught one. And that's where we will end today's game.
Oh, lordy.
That was what, 3 TPKs? We got like 3?
I got 3. So that was, yeah, you got a lot of people. I gotta get the counter up for next week. I'll definitely count it. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Awesome. Well, my friends, that's what we're going to end tonight's episode of the Trials of Bhaal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I certainly had a great time jumping in there the last hour or so and listening to you guys for the first 2 was awesome. Yeah, if you guys in chat enjoyed the show, let us know. And of course, tune in every week, 4:30 p.m. Eastern, for more of the Trials of Bhaal, or on YouTube, of course, where you can catch up. And of course, sign up and play with us. Exclamation point play will take you to a link on the website where you can sign up and play some games with us, my friend. You can be here with us and be DM'd by Chelsea in a land full of horrors and most likely die several times, but it'll be fun. If you enjoyed the show, of course, hit the follow button and join us. The next time you'll see us live here on Encounter Roleplay will be next Monday, but before that, myself and Chelsea, actually Chelsea won't be there, but myself and the crew of Learn by Play will be over on Saturday on the Wizards of the Coast channel at 6 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, so you can find us over there streaming some Learn by Play, getting into some fights of liches and some shenanigans as well, no doubt. So join us then, and of course, it's been an awesome week here for the first start of Season 2. Thank you guys so much for that. It's been fucking incredible. But let's go around the cast and crew. Did we enjoy ourselves? Where can we find you guys online? As our Dungeon Master, Chelsea. Chelsea, what do you think about tonight's game?
It's always one of those things to have something come to fruition. It's always so weird. Like, I've been thinking on this, and there's only so much like death and destruction you can think on before it begins to actually affect you mentally. So like I had to like put it down during my move and like back away from it. But it's been great to come bring it and like finally put all these crazy, stupid, awful, gory ideas into fruition. So thanks for being my first, my first test subjects game. I really appreciate it. Yeah, next week will be just as awful. Bhaal will put them through a series of brand new trials as we continue, and they'll maybe learn some things and some stuff. Who knows? Finbar may not learn Anything.
I love new Finbar.
Yeah. So I'm Chelsea. Some of you may know me as Little Red Dot online. You can hit me up on Twitter is probably the best place to follow me. I keep all my many shows that I do, which includes the Princess of Apocalypse game every other Monday, a release of the podcast I'm part of, North by Northwest, every Wednesday. Thursdays I'm here. Saturdays I'm, like you said, over with Encounter Roleplay, except for this Saturday. I'm gonna go see Jack White.
Nice.
I feel like that's, yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna go see Jack White. It's gonna be great. One lich for another, right? That man will work his magic. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thanks for like helping me, especially chat rock this very first game. It means a lot because I was super duper nervous. So thanks.
Great stuff. Thanks, Chelsea. Madame Gandalf, same questions for you.
Oh my goodness, it is good to be back, Azari, even if my heart is being torn apart through all of this so far. She lost her Finny. I mean, Fergus, you know, she could give or take, but
She got a new one.
she got a new Fergie. Is what she got. But it is a lot of fun kind of seeing her go through her own trial while going through the trial, and I'm really enjoying that. I can't believe I died in the first section straight away with just my head exploding. So it's gonna be fun to see how many more deaths you have lined up for Ari as we go throughout the next few weeks and episodes. I'm kind of pumped to see what happens. But otherwise, yes, hello, my name is Madame Gandalf. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I do cooking, singing, pub quizzes, and a variety of games, as well as my own D&D set in the Witcher universe. It's a lot of fun getting to say, hey, I spend several hours of my week getting to play D&D with a variety of beautiful people. So thank you so much, everybody who's joined us today. I hope we can play again sometime in the future as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Chris from Loot the Room.
Hello. You kind of did that for me. I'm Chris.
I did,
Find me. Yeah, it was super fun. It was tons of fun. I can't wait for next week already. I want to die in a million horrible, gnarly ways. It's going to be great. You can find me on Twitter at Pangalactic or loottheroom.uk, where I write about D&D and stuff like that.
Beautiful. Thank you,
me.
Chris. That's it. So I was struggling to find a mute button there. I didn't mean to leave it hanging. Amazing stuff. We had Aras with us tonight. Aras, what did you think about tonight's game?
It was great. It's way different than most games I usually play, so that was pretty fun. I've never played in front of an audience before, so that was also cool. Most of the time I'm a grad student, but I do cosplay, a little bit of homebrew now and then. You can find me on Twitter at Animus Panthera.
Thanks so much, Aris. We had Indy with us tonight. Same questions.
Hello. You can find me on twitch.tv/TheIndianRPGer. You can find me on this Twitter handle where I hardly post anything. On Mondays, you can find me on twitch.tv/Drage_Nzeru, where we do an 18+ rated R D&D stream. And aside from that, I was just happy to be included today.
Thanks so much, Indy. We also had the English Tom with us tonight. Tom, same questions.
Hey, I'm the English Tom. You can find me on literally every social media ever under my name. I just tag them all. Like, just go for it. Like, type my name in there, you'll find me on Google somewhere. You can also catch me doing sort of D&D on Dungeon Dwellers, which is on Twitch. We do sort of some like D&D, we do some Serenity. So if you feel like watching me roll more ones and low rolls, by all means, join in.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was great to play, guys. I had a lot of fun, and I enjoyed dying. I don't know, my characters never died. They just seem to fail at it.
Amazing. Thank you, Tom. We had Jacob with us tonight. Jacob, same questions.
Hi, yes, Jacob. You can find me on Twitter, JacobGlover2, and on Instagram, same as my Twitch, JMGlover20. I didn't really post a lot, but I might do. Thinking of starting maybe more streaming or doing more active stuff. I can just. I had so much fun tonight. It was great. Didn't really mean to kill one, but that's the way it goes. But yeah, had a lot of fun. I'll use my nat 20 that I forgot I had to just make everyone feel better.
At least you don't get the keys being ripped from your body.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you guys for joining us, and we hope you guys can join us again, of course. And some of you guys in chat can come in and join us. So be sure to come up and sign up on the website. There's some information for you guys to join us. And of course, we'll see you guys Saturday for Learn by Play, and Monday is another week on Encounter Roleplay for our full schedule, which you can find here. And of course, you can follow us on all social medias if you want to keep up to date with the shenanigans we get up to over the weekends. Another big thank you to our sponsors, Fantasy Grounds, for all the cool maps that we've been using today and all the dice rolling that we've been doing. We also want to thank D&Dice.co.uk. I have some of the dice just here for you guys, where you can get 5% off on all of their dice using the coupon code Encounter Roleplay. And of course, we want to thank Wayland Gray Games, who produce incredible miniatures at a 20% RRP discount. Go over, get yourself some D&D minis, get yourself some Warhammer minis, some 40k minis. There's got a whole load of stuff you can check out over there. And of course, thank you to City of Mist for supporting and sponsoring earlier show, the Larkspur sequence. Really strongly recommend you guys go check those guys out. And if you enjoyed City of Mist, or if you like D&D, but you like a little change of place and look for some investigative noir-style role-playing game, check out City of Mist. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys again, though, for tonight's Trials of Bhaal. And until next time, try not to roll too many nat ones because we want to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye!